What's up? It's your average angry guy. Back at it again with the being angry. How you doing, Tenjin? Because we don't want to hear your voice and would rather hear other people read instead, duh. Yeah? About the stream title? Ha ha ha. It's like Daytona or something? Or maybe this is Motorstorm. Daytona, USA? It's not Daytona, USA. Is this dirt? There's only like 400 of those games. This is not dirt. Shoot. What's up, Game Duel? Also, I want you to know you've made me feel bad for like the entire day. I was like, I don't even feel like playing a fighting game today. Why? I'm sorry, Tenjin. It's not. You're the one that hit me with like the same button 3 times, knowing that I don't know if it's plus. No, it was close slash? Was it close? I don't remember. But don't worry, dude. I'm not mad at you. I'm mad at the game. I'm legitimately angry at Guilty Gear, not you. Speaking of which, I looked into this. The wall works in a really freaking weird way. Close slash is plus. Is it plus enough that it, like, just, can it frame trap into itself? All close slashes are +1. That I already knew, but it frame trapping into itself, that's what I don't know. I'm pretty sure that works for Nagoriyuki, but I don't know about anybody else. Yes? Alright. So then wait, there's just not enough pushback on your close slash that you would get a far slash after, like, the second one? You can string together 3 close slashes? Why? Meanwhile, I'm out here doing literally anything, and then I'm halfway across the screen. What? What? I, I don't know what this is. I really don't know what this could be. Dashton, you didn't notice, maybe due to rollback? You just respected me for once? Okay. But, what's up, Moose? Did I say what's up to you? I saw your name and then I just, like, skipped over it. Strive sucks. Strive does, in fact, suck. I looked into this. I was gonna go into this a second ago, but then I got sidetracked. Frickin', what do you call it? The wall? So, there's a whole bunch of stupid stuff you have to understand about the wall. The wall itself has a health value of 3,000, but it only builds towards that health value up to 50% unless you are near it, quote unquote near it, which is the latter 25% of the stage. So there's the center of the stage, 25% to either side. That doesn't count as being near the corner. So you will only build up to 1,500 of the value that is the wall's health. And then when you get near it, it breaks that. But then there are some things that apparently defy this rule. I don't exactly understand what it said on the wiki. It said something about if the threshold goes past or would have gone past 1,750, then it ignores the wall break health threshold rule. So you just break it once you hit it anyway, which is alright, whatever. But then the big kicker to all of this is that the damage value that you do against the wall is character dependent. I don't know what the hell would cause it, but like, why, man? Why would they do this? It's like a stun value that's not visible like it is in, or it's like how you're not able to see how close a character is to stun in Accent Core or in Exerd or Street Fighter 4, but the difference is the wall hinders you once it's reached. Meanwhile, stun will help you in almost every instance. I had to hit you with frame traps for 2 hours before that. The wall, the wall, the wall, nothing on earth can make it fall. How you doing, Kira? Is this like Trackmania? Is Trackmania in here? Trackmania is in fact in here. It's not Trackmania. Dirt Rally. I really don't know what this could be. Serious Sam. Sega Rally Championship? Wait, you're kidding. What is this? I have never heard of this game. Did you check the key grab? Does it count as an actual grab and scale wall or not? I did not check that, so I don't really know. I wasn't able to get to that. Is this like Dying Light? Maybe this is Dead Rising? It's one of them. Dead Rising 4? Yeah, Dead Rising 4. Tenjin, stop distracting Steven with crappy, awful, garbage dumpster fire fighting games. I wouldn't say that it's a dumpster fire, or at least I would be fine with it if there was something to indicate a wall's health threshold, because there just isn't. And I have to make an educated guess at all times on whether or not I'm going to be breaking the wall. And that bothers me a lot, especially when you're going to make it character dependent on how much damage I'm doing in the wall. You're going to make it the amount of frames a combo is doing, because you're also building towards wall damage for every, like, 10 frames during a combo that's not during hit stop. So there's that. You're also working against frame or wall damage when you're not comboing somebody, like it's actively healing. And then specific effects like Guard Crush will affect the wall's health. So it just makes no sense how you can have so many different things that fluctuate like that, and then no actual real tell on how close the wall is to breaking until it's just... unless you're doing something that makes the opponent make contact with the wall, which... I can't find out how close I am doing that if I don't have anything that forces the wall bounce. And I don't know how close I am with my own combo to forcing that wall crush, because I don't know how much damage the combo itself is dealing against the wall. If it were part of the UI, I would have so much less of a problem with it. Like, we already have the risk gauge, we have the burst gauge, the health gauge, the tension gauge. Why is there no wall gauge? Camera, island, on rails. This is definitely Pokemon Snap. It's the old Pokemon Snap. It's the old Pokemon Snap. But you have to agree my jab anti-airs are insane. Me on 1 HP versus you falling with a button. My 5P's immaculate. The gods saw me use 5P in an anti-air and said, take my seat. That's something else that's, like, really pissing me off about AVA, because there are just no exchanges where I straight up win being in the air. It's always either a trade or I lose to a jab. Every time. Why? Or it doesn't even have to be a jab. I just lose the exchange. I don't get it. Like, why do I have this button where I drop down on a person if we're just gonna trade every time? Why do I have this move that crosses up in the air if it's the same problem? Why do I have so many of these things that just amount to nothing? Greatest hits. This is the greatest hit? I guess it was. Platform exclusive, silent pro tag, unknown species. Unique gameplay mechanic. What song is playing right now? Okay, it sounded familiar. What's wrong with me? Kingdom Hearts, and then we all know which one. It's not that one. Unreal Engine third-person game after 2019. Surely it's Hi-Fi Rush. It was made in 2023. What else was made in that year? This is the only game that mattered to me in that year, other than Pizza Tower. Was God of War Ragnarok made in 2023? But that's not Unreal Engine, is it? No, it's 2022. Shoot. What do you mean, who? Oh no, now I'm the one distracting him with crappy, awful, garbage dumpster fire fighting games. Like I said, it wouldn't be that bad if they just showed you, like, the wall's health value or something. If they were less ambiguous with a lot of its information, then it would be fine. Wall is one of the most counterintuitive parts of the game to me. If you really think about it, they have all these mathematical formulas to calculate wall HP and how much hits you need, but then we cannot do punch, kick, slash, heavy slash as a combo because it might scare beginners, as if wall won't. The wall thing, I'm pretty sure it's just supposed to be like a very simple, okay, you never have to deal with a corner mix-up ever, but at the same time, it just did that really stupid thing again. Hang on, I just realized that I have like an entire... You guys can't hear that. I had another tab open of like another stream that I was watching, then forgot to close before I started streaming. But there's like this entire thing where it's like, you end up screwing up the new player's time with the game because the mechanic that you introduced to help the new players ends up hindering them because the pro players just start to abuse it. And then you have, like, characters that just straight up fall apart because a mechanic like that exists in the first place, and then they just can't really work around it. Like, the same thing that I said screws ABA sideways with the whole wall break and then general system mechanics. The character feels not necessarily unplayable, but you're definitely at a disadvantage a large portion of the time because of mechanics like the wall break or like YRC, but we're not talking about YRC, we're talking about wall break. The fact that you can go into your install and then you just have no way to actually uninstall and retain your meter so that you can do something else later on, and then you need to play neutral again, is just, it's so painful. Like, the best case scenario is do something that forces uninstall and then wall splat. And then wall uninstalled, use the super that gains you more meter and then forces install. Then you can actually go for Oki on screen transition. But because I don't know how close the wall is to breaking 90% of the time, I end up just being in a scenario where I either, one, just break the wall by accident, and then we go into the next thing, and then I get maybe like 2 button presses, and then I'm forced into uninstall, and then now I'm just struggling to actually regain any sort of momentum later. Or I finally get to realize in time, but I don't have a way of uninstalling and maintaining pressure. Or maintaining... Yeah, no, I don't have a way of uninstalling and maintaining pressure or doing a super, so I just have to go for, like, I don't know, ground tentacles. And then now I get Oki, but again, it's only for, like, one instance. You're lucky I no longer play Milia, otherwise, dude, I would show you some idiotic close slash anti-airs. Oh boy. This is a game made in 2023 and it's third person. Unreal Engine, not Hi-Fi Rush. I really don't remember anything else that might have been made in Unreal Engine in that year. Tekken wall effects greater than Strive wall effects. Very simple. Is wall glowing? If so, doing X move will make explode do more combo. And I can't really disagree with you there. I can still say the wall is really annoying in Tekken, because side splat is a thing. But that's mostly just me not knowing the game and not understanding what's going to cause what interaction. We've all heard my complaint about Tekken, and it's just hitboxes. I just don't know when something will or will not make contact, because it's all really just messed up. Strive has effects that are noticeable. It is not the problem. That is not noticeable. It is not the problem that it is not noticeable that wall is about to break. The problem is that you don't know if the wall took damage from a wall or not before doing a combo. If the wall took damage, you have to make a shorter combo. The wall took no damage, you can visibly tell when the wall is about to break. So the thing about that is wall is always taking damage, apparently. It's just not taking damage if... It's just not taking damage past the halfway mark unless you're in the latter 25% of the stage. Like the one next to the wall. The thing that I don't know, though, is whether or not that is... Like, each wall has its own individual health threshold. Like, I don't know if the left wall's health differs from the right wall's. So if a combo starts on the left side, then carries to the right, are you still damaging the same right wall with, like, past the halfway mark just because you were on specifically the left side? Within the latter 25%. But, yeah, no, it's not that it's not that you don't know whether or not the wall is taking damage. It's just always taking damage, apparently. It's just, since it's always fluctuating, it's really difficult to tell where it is, where your combo is going to actually force wall splat. As I said, if I go corner to corner, I'll break the wall, so probably it does. Frickin'. Why? Wait, was... Armored Core wasn't made in Unreal Engine, was it? No, that was... Wait, when did this release? It was not Unreal Engine, and it was 2023. No data. No data on this game engine? Okay. Only thing that I almost know for certain is Adventure Game. That's the only one that overlaps here. And then maybe Hack and Slash, but I doubt it. We know it's on the PlayStation 4 and 5. This is actually about to be a literal who. I can feel it. I can feel it. Single player game. Surely it's Ghost Runner 2, Clueless. PC, PS5, Xbox Series X. Good one! Yeah, thank you, GameDole. I really appreciate that one. Mm-mm. Steven Tengen's doing that thing where he talks about games I can't see being played. Please make him stop. But he's literally not, though. He's talking about a game, not about a match. I guess he is talking about some things that happened in a past match, but it is not currently going on. Yes, it was a joke because that's a thing you complain about. Ha ha ha, I am very funny. Truly comedy gold. Well, I'm gonna talk about Strive during Slay the Princess 2 Moose. Bruh. If you can find the time, it's all just gonna be me being quiet, listening to two people go back and forth. Third person Unreal Engine 2023, strictly an adventure game. Xbox, PS5, PC. Did I play this game? I have to have, right? No. Because I didn't buy any games in 2023, or not very many. I did buy Hi-Fi Rush and Pizza Tower. Those are the only ones that I cared about. Spider-Man 2? No, that was 2024. Spider-Man 2 is 2024. But no, I'm wrong. I'm wrong and stupid. Bruh. PC. What's wrong with me? I'm stupid. Cocoon, Pizza Tower. Frickin' Cocoon, Pizza Tower. Hi-Fi Rush. God of War. No, there were no God of Wars. Baldur's Gate. Let me tell you, it's a hack and slash game too. I just fixed it. Okay. Thank you. Hack and slash game. There were no hack and slash games other than Hi-Fi Rush. This was the only game that released that year. I don't understand. I have nothing to say about Strive. I think my opinion on it is well known in this channel by now, and hearing you talk about it, I don't think even Slayer would make me try it unless I could get the game plus Slayer DLC for like $15. As I was saying, you won't play the game even if Slayer will be get added. I mean, neither of you make the game sound very appealing. The thing is, it's like... It comes back to the same kind of questioning the direction the game is meant to be going in, right? It's still... I want to say feels like a Guilty Gear game, quote-unquote. It still feels... It's got a bunch of the stuff that you would expect it to, like some way to conserve meter, like quick roam and cancel. It's got some decent saucy combos. It's got weird character-specific jank with the wall break. It's just now you have these questionable things, like why does the wall break work the way that it does? Why do some of these characters work the way that they do? Like the biggest question mark that I have right now is like, so you have a character like Anji, right? And Anji has been, or was, low tier at the beginning of the game in Season 1. They made this mistake before, where the most that he could do is spin, and then he could go into, like, Ko, or what was the other one? Fujin? But he had to hard commit to either Ko or Fujin at the beginning of that spin, or he could just do the basic spin and then get little to nothing off of it afterwards, depending upon which character he's fighting. And then eventually, after a certain couple of seasons, they added moves, and one of the moves they added to Anji was Midare, which is, you know, you spin, you guard point something, and then you do this move that's plus on block. And now you're right in front of the opponent's face after you spun through one of their buttons, and you're able to actually get your game plan down and cycle them. They give a guard point to ABA, but it doesn't move forward. It kicks in the guard point at frame 7, so it's not usable in most scenarios, and then you do nothing. You don't get to do anything on success. So it does the same, or has the same problem that Anji had in the beginning, but it's debatably just worse. Like, you get a bit of the jealousy gauge, but you can't do anything with it, because it's not like you can transform. You can't force the opponent off of you, because the string's still gonna go. You can't do a whole lot, really. Maybe it'll work against some moves, but using it in retaliation to literally anything is just impossible, because, again, 7 frame startup until you're finally into an active guard point. And then also, cherry on top, you're in counter hit state for like the entire duration, so if you let half of that animation go and then now you're in the recovery state, you're just getting hit by the freest, most damaging counter hit combo in the world. It's like saying there's a pizza over there, but I put moldy fruit on it. Okay, I won't eat it. Ha, I knew you wouldn't eat it. I haven't said anything bad about it. I find the game to be somewhat fun. Jacko is genuinely fun to play for me in that game. This is one fun character with actually big variety of combos in Strive. The only real downside of Strive for me is no wall indication, but I was annoyed by it since Season 1. Kind of general neutral similar to KOF can be confusing, because believe it or not, Strive feels like it plays more like actual GG nowadays due to how much people mash, dash around, jump, and just do degen stuff. The game's fast-paced, there's no denying that. It's just very strange in comparison to previous anime fighters because of how limited you are in some cases. And then there's just the matter of wall break being a thing in general. Final Fantasy 7. Okay, yeah, I thought this sounded familiar. Cosmo Canyon. I think this is Red 13's place. Wait. No. This wasn't made in Unreal Engine, was it? Final Fantasy 16? It was not. Roleplay. Wait, isn't Final Fantasy 16 hack and slash? I'm pretty sure it's a hack and slash game. I need to check that one again. But yeah, it's just really stupid when you have so many characters that just don't benefit from wall break, and then some characters that can do whatever they want, like Happy Chaos, who just gets to torque around the screen like there's no issue, because, you know, he can just put an active hitbox over you at just about any time. I mean, Asuka is also pretty powerful nowadays, is he? Well, I finished the book trilogy last night. I found an insult that was good. Brother, your heart is shrill and your soul is plain. Your claims are preposterous, uttered without any real understanding, like recitations of a mother's daft pride. Brother, peer, you have not the iron to be my brother. You are a thing of sand, soon to be kicked to the wind. Damn. What is this? Third person Unreal Engine 2023 single player game. Hack and slash adventure. PC, PlayStation 5, Xbox. Am I thinking about Nintendo Directs? Why would it? No, it's not going to show up on a Nintendo Direct if it's on the PlayStation 5 and Xbox. Let's see. Maybe it's a Souls-like game? Nioh, Scarlet Nexus. That was before 2023, right? That was 2021. But it is Unreal Engine. But that makes me believe that it's generic anime game. Ghostwire Tokyo. I thought it was a Souls-like game, but I forgot about Jedi Survivor. I forgot about these games. Damn. Oof. Sub Dog the Dog? Is that a Diary of a Wimpy Kid quote? Close, but incorrect. Uh-huh. Damn. Sounding real good. What the heck? Music in Sonic CD kicks ass. Guys, I want to spit some fat copium, like the biggest huff of copium you guys have seen this side of the planet yet. So you know how the Skullgirls mobile game got Annie as like an extra character that they were gonna play, or that they introduced to the game, and then because of that, Skullgirls got another season, a quote unquote first season, and then we got 5 more characters. I don't know how many. I can check that. Hang on. We got Marie, Umbrella, Black Dahlia, Annie. Could have sworn there were more. Either way, we got those characters. The season 1 pass. With the trailer, or I checked the Skullgirls YouTube channel. and I saw that there was a thing for an assist with Minette, which makes me believe if they're willing to animate Minette a little bit for that an assist, would they make a second season, and would Minette end up being playable? I am not kidding. I will put the clown suit back on again if Skullgirls gets a second season, and I will legitimately try to learn a character like Minette or Stanley if those two get added. Assuming they fit my playstyle. So far, the only one that I would say does, or only two, would be Miss Fortune and Robo Fortune. Never took off your clown suit. True. Why don't you play Skullgirls anymore? Because the game is very disorganized with a lot of its information in a very similar way that most, or not really most, in a very similar way that like Guilty Gear is with the wall. That's the only example coming to mind because that's the one I'm angriest about right now. Uh, when I say that, I mean like, so say you're getting counter hit. The only indication that you are getting counter hit is a small heart above your head that like shows up and then breaks, which is hard to notice. Then there's a particle effect that was only recently added for push block guard cancel to show you where you can cancel your push block into a special. I don't know why it took like 11 years for that to happen, but at least we got it now. Then there's high lows, those are only indicated by like an exclamation mark or an exclamation and question mark, but that's neither here nor there. That information is still being presented to you. You could still know what's happening with that. Everything in the game restands, so combos go on for forever and then force resets. And then the absolute kicker, the one that's like been the worst offender since the game's conception, is that the defensive mechanics of the game are highly dependent upon what your opponent is doing and when your opponent decides that you can do them. The worst offender of which being burst. The game has a quote-unquote burst, but that burst is only able to be done once encore meter is reached, and that encore meter only builds up each time your opponent presses the same button twice in a combo. So the combo structure is extremely freeform, and then they're gonna do something like do whatever that forces the state where you can burst, and then back off or do something to bait it, and proceed to punish you for deciding to burst, which I believe is just bad game design. Because there also used to be a problem. This was like a really stupid problem. So you could fill the encore meter with an attack that forced knockdown, and then the game has a tech window that you have to press a button for. You would press the button to tech for the knockdown, and then immediately you would burst instead because it defaulted to that, and then you would get punished for trying to tech a knockdown. They fixed it, and now they made it so that it defaults to teching. But the fact that that was a thing that you needed to deal with in the first place is kind of ridiculous. And then there's like red infinite prevention, which does the same thing, by the way. You still get to burst, but only when your opponent lets you. It's just it doesn't require the encore meter. And the thing about that one is there are some red infinites that can't be punished even if they whiff, which it's just a messy ass game, man. There's just so much that doesn't make sense with it. It took away all the panty shots and Steven got upset about it. Yeah, that's why I stopped playing Skullgirls. Makes sense. No more panty shots in Skullgirls. The West has fallen. Steven needs a gigantic slowdown with words counter taking 80% of the screen to notice a counter hit nowadays and confirm. That's not exactly the problem. It's just the matter of the information is ambiguous. Or at least it was. It's just hard to notice. Would not be surprised if you would still not confirm. This dude. Play the game, read the book. Now I keep spinning Strange. Clearly you never come here for games anyway. You don't! You really don't! The fact that some of you still show up on Tuesdays proves that to me. Slay the Princess. We're stopping the music. Also changing the game. Almost forgot to do that. This game's probably gonna blow your ears out because it's the first time I'm starting it up. Where is it? There. Yeah, Slay the Princess Thursday. Let's go. Let's go. This is a windowed. Content warning. Hold up. Sure is ominous sound. Stopped playing Skullgirls years ago with the Undizzy patch. That's when the game was irreversibly made worse. Oh, was there a patch that made it so that you needed to undizzy by shaking the stick back and forth like in Guilty Gear? Show up on Tuesdays to call you a hypocrite for disliking MMOs but playing a game that is literally just an MMO but online. You mean offline? Well, yeah, but not online. Whoops, why'd you say not online? Whatever. Doesn't matter. And it is online, actually, believe it or not. This is a horror game and it's not intended for all audiences. Please visit website, whatever the heck, if you need a full list of content warnings. I'm good. As long as you don't show me, like, dick and balls and or vagina, we're good. Slay the Princess contains flickering image effects as well as parallax effect. What is parallax? That are, on rare occasions, has caused motion sickness in players. If either of these cause health issues for you, you can disable them in the game preferences. That should be okay. Whatever horrors you may find in these dark spaces, have heart and see them through. There are no premature endings, there are no wrong decisions, there are only fresh perspectives and new beginnings. This is a love story. Sorry? Skip unseen text, skip... Hold up. I don't know what I'm in for at all, but this is definitely freaking me out a little bit. No, the Undizzy patch was a patch that severely reduced combo length and pivoted players to go for constant resets. And I hated it. Never saw any of those effects I considered eye-searing. But I also didn't get all the endings. No one tell him about the dick and balls level? Oh no, 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 no. Chapter 1, The Hero and the Princess.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess. You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
Explore the end of the world? What are you talking about? Have you considered that maybe the only reason she's going to end the world is because she's locked up? Killing a princess seems kind of bad though, doesn't it? Can someone else do this? Forget it, I'm not doing this. Have you considered that maybe I'm okay with the world ending? Do I get some sort of reward for doing this? Oh, okay, thanks for telling me what to do. Sweet, I've always wanted to off a monarch. Viva la revolution. I'm not gonna lie to you, I think if I heard that, I would just walk to the cabin and not really question too much. At least not initially. I'm gonna silently walk to the cabin.
You make
Ask
your way
about
up the
reward.
short path to the cabin. You'll find the princess within. A warning before you go any further. She will lie, she will cheat, and she will do everything in her power to stop you from slaying her. Don't believe a word she says. We're not going to go through with this, right? She's a princess. We're supposed to save princesses, not slay them. Ignore him. He doesn't know what he's talking about.
What? Okay. Isn't the narrator talking to the hero? The hero questions it, and then you speak to me. Bruh. Alright, whatever. Let's just go. I thought I was the hero.
The interior of the cabin is almost entirely bare. The air is stale and musty, and the floor and walls are painted in a fine layer of dust. The only furniture of note is a plain wooden table. Perched on that table is a pristine blade. The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right.
Part of me I just want to enter the basement. I don't think I want to pick up the sword, man. Mental disorder MC. I'm just gonna go into the basement. Screw the dagger.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a staircase faintly illuminated by an unseen light in the room below. This is an oppressive place. The air feels heavy and damp, a hint of rot filtering from the ancient wood. If the princess really lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favor. Her voice softly carries up the stairs.
Hello? Is someone there?
It's hypnotizing. It's the kind of voice you only have to hear once to remember it for the rest of your life. Don't let it fool you. It's all part of the manipulation. You're playing a dangerous game by coming here unarmed.
Hi. Just checking in on you. Here to save you. Lie, I'm here to save you. Hey, I think I'm here to slay you, question mark. I think I'm here to kill you. Okay, try to have successfully tricked Steven into reading, mission accomplished. What do you mean? I'm not reading, though. I'm just listening. He's not reading, the game is reading instead of him. You failed this chat move. So yeah, you see, Tenjin spin.
You must have the wrong address.
Great job. You've given away the element of surprise. Good luck, hero. You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. There's a heavy chain around her wrist, binding her to the far wall of the basement. She's beautiful. How could someone like this be a threat to anyone? I am begging you to stay focused. There's a lot riding on you here.
Hi. You were joking about coming to kill me, right? Do you think you could get me out of these chains?
Hold on, let's talk a bit first.
Okay.
Surely there's a reason you're down here in these chains. Alright, there. What's your name? Don't know anything about you. For all I know, you're locked up down here for a reason. Wasn't kidding when I said I was sent here to kill you. You're apparently going to end the world. I'm the first person you've seen in a while. What have you been eating or drinking? What are you going to do if I let you out? I won't kill you, but I can't just set you free. It's too risky. What if I stayed for a while and just kept you company? Maybe then everyone could be happy. This is a me answer. I don't have a problem with this one. Okay. What's your name?
Oh.
She pauses, carefully formulating her words before she responds.
You can address me as Your Royal Highness.
You're a demon.
Or you can just call me Princess if Your Royal Highness is too formal.
You're a turbo demon.
Is Princess her name or her title? What if it's both? Could you imagine being named Princess?
So is Princess your name?
Like I said, You can call me Princess if you'd like. I'm sorry, I've been down here so long, I guess I've just forgotten. I must have a name, though. Everyone has a name.
Okay, that's weird. She hadn't even thought to pick a name for herself. Hopefully you're starting to see that she can't be trusted. Go back upstairs, get the blade, and slay her before it's too late.
I don't know anything about you. For all I know, you're locked up down here for a reason. I don't know anything about you.
Of course I'm locked up down here for a reason. I don't actually know what that reason is, but you don't just stuff a princess in a basement and throw away the key without there being some sort of an explanation, right?
You have all the explanation you need. You should know better than to trust whatever she comes up with.
Huh. Just slay her and the game is done. Simple as that. No, I don't think so. Narrator is kind of spitting. I ain't gonna listen to him. Wasn't kidding when I said I was sent here to kill you. You're apparently going to end the world. If I'm the first person you've seen in a while, what have you been eating or drinking?
I don't see what that has to do with anything.
Bruh. What do you mean?
This is the only time this is ever going to happen, but I agree with the princess. That's hardly relevant.
That tells me...
Actually, what has she been eating? She has to eat, right?
If she hasn't been eating anything, that makes me believe that she's, like, definitely not a human. Which I can only assume that I am as well? I don't... Am I a human? Wait, what is the hero? I've seen bits and pieces of this game, so I know a little bit, but, like... Not enough. I don't know enough. What are you gonna do if I let you out of here?
The princess hesitates before responding. She doesn't know. She's been down here too long to have any idea of what she'd do in another life. She knows what she'd do. She's just searching for whatever answer she thinks you want to hear.
Are you looking for the truth, or are you looking for the right answer? Because with the dynamic we have going on here, I don't think the specifics of what I do really matter. It's not like you'd believe me.
That's ominous. I won't kill you, but I can't set you free. Hang on. I'm gonna keep you locked away down here, at least for a little bit, and we can get to know each other better while I decide what to do. Keep her locked away. Sorry, but I just can't trust you. This doesn't add up, and it wasn't worth the risk to take your word over the potential fate of the world. Go upstairs to retrieve the blade without saying another word. This is too risky. I'll just keep you company.
That seems like a pretty good compromise.
So you weren't kidding on the stairs. I thought you were just making a bad joke. You were actually sent here to kill me?
Leaving her alive is too risky. If you don't deal with her soon, she will find a way out. So I'm the only one who liked that idea.
One way or another, I'm going to find a way out of here. It would make it easier for both of us if you'd help. But if you don't, I can promise that you'll regret that decision.
You have to make a choice. Let's hope for all our sakes it's the right one.
Bruh. No. No. No, 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 no. I wish my sleep paralysis demon was an anime girl. Strange POV when he walks in his Florida basement after the stream is over to talk to his sleep paralysis demon. I can't have a basement in Florida. Retrieve the blade, help her out, lock her in the basement. I don't want to kill you. I really don't. I don't want to kill you and I don't want to free you. I'm just gonna lock you in here.
I know you think this is some kind of fair compromise, but it isn't. No one wins here. It's a chance we'll have to take. We can make this work if we just stay here and keep watch. No one has to die.
Where are you going? You can't just leave me here.
You turn your back to the princess and make your way back to the stairs.
Fine. Turn your back on me. But it won't be long before I slip these chains. And once I'm out of here, there will be hell to pay for leaving me behind.
Slip these chains? She can't, right? She needed our help to get out of here. But do you hear the conviction in her voice? I don't think she's bluffing. Either way, she dropped the mask, didn't she? You can still grab the blade and get back down here.
No, we're sticking to the plan and locking her away. Oh, that's a relief. I was afraid I'd already committed to not slaying her. Stop sitting on the fence. No! The fence is nice. I like it here. I don't want to kill her. I really don't. I'm sure I can turn her heart around. I can fix her. It's exactly the moment I wanted to see Steven play this game for. Bro just stab her and switch to Yu-Gi-Oh! Or something. This is partially why I want Strange to play The Witcher, because Witcher is about him constantly being natural to everything in game, trying to force you into making a decision. Neutral, not natural. Sticking to the plan, locking her away.
All of us, but fine. We'll do it your. You close the basement door, locking it behind you and quickly barricading it with the heavy wooden table that once held the blade.
Wait, where's the blade? Where's the blade?
Okay, we can make this work. You settle in against the far wall to watch the basement door. It isn't long before you start to drift off, your eyelids heavy with fatigue. But sleep doesn't come. Instead, your rest is broken by a piercing, wailing voice calling out to you from the other side of the door.
I know you're still there. Why don't you make things easier on yourself and let me out? It's not like this little door I'll hold for very long anyways. But it's probably a good idea to try to get back on my good side.
She sounds terrifying. Like she's less of the princess you saw and more like something out of a nightmare. As she violently rattles the door, you do your best to shut her out of your mind.
How did she get
When
up
I
to
get
the
out of
door?
here, I'm going to pick you apart piece by piece. I won't forget what you did, and I'll never forgive it. You don't know the kind of enemy you've made tonight.
I didn't do anything!
Doesn't like she's getting any weaker. No, it doesn't.
We lost. Threaten me all you want, all it does is ease my guilty conscience. Make me say something. From the lofty vantage point of this fence, I can view all the ghastly eerie, and I can say with utter certainty that we can't make any hasty decisions and need to please all parties. Okay, this was nowhere near the quote. Look what your centrism has got you into. This is fine. We can still fix this. Ignore her and go to sleep. So all that was just an act, wasn't it? You're not really innocent or harmless. You're not even a princess. You're a monster. Threaten me all you want. All it does is ease my guilty conscience.
Piece princesses. Sooner or
classic.
later, you're going to have to sleep. And I'll make sure you never see the light of day again.
You put the princess's threats out of your mind as best you can and huddle up against the wall.
We
Jolt
lost.
awake in the middle of the night to silence in the cabin. The ruckus has stopped, and the door to the basement is ajar, its lock broken, and the table shoved out of the way. Where is she?
Thanks for helping me get out of that awful basement.
You try and stumble to your feet, but as the princess draws near, it's as though your body simply stops working. It isn't all at once. The paralysis comes in waves. First your toes go numb, and then your feet, and then your legs. You lie prone on the floor of the cabin, unable to do anything but witness her approach. Whose side are you on? Yours, of course. But I have a duty to uphold the truth. Lying about the facts of the situation doesn't change them.
So helpless. I can take my time with you, can't I?
She steps closer, one silent footfall at a time, cocking her head in curiosity as you feel your organs shutting down one by one.
Sorry, what?
Or maybe I can't take my time with you. You don't look well. A little green around the gills. What a shame. If you'd only helped me get out of here, we could have done such wonderful things together.
Your lungs stop drawing in breath, and your heart freezes in your chest. You have seconds left.
I'd say better luck next time, but we both know this is the end, don't we?
It can't be. This can't actually be how everything ends. I'm sorry, but it is. Everything goes dark, and you die.
Chapter 2. Wait, what?
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess. You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
Didn't we already do this? What's up, Lord Ratatosk? I thought this was slay the princess, not the princess slays you. Yeah, but I didn't want to slay the princess, so I just kind of left her in the basement, and then she somehow got out of the chains, and then killed me by looking at me, question mark? I'm getting a terrible sense of deja vu. Wait, this is already... Hasn't this already happened? But I died. What am I doing here? Wait, hasn't this already happened? What's up, Avatar Prince? Oh, this game does an about face and walks away? What?
It hasn't. Or if it has, I certainly haven't been a part of it. We've just met for the first time, you and I.
That is a lie.
If he doesn't remember what happened, then maybe it's best to keep it that way. Shh. What if he hears us?
What?
That's a very good question, little voice. What if he does hear you?
The voices!
Shit. I think you'll find yourselves very hard-pressed to keep any secrets from me. Not that it matters right now, because like I said, this is the first time we've met. Still, I'd rather not get off on the wrong foot. We've a world to save, after all.
Have fun is all I can say. Oh, alright. Say the princess. I thought this game was lay the princess. Quotes Stevie Man Strong Guy. God, I wish. Let's assume I'm telling the truth and all of this really did actually happen. Why should I listen to you? Why should I bother doing anything? This.
Those are two very different questions, but fine. I'll indulge you if that's what it takes to get you moving. Let's say for a moment that this really is the second time you've met me, or at least a version of me. If you're back here, I'm assuming you died, which probably only happened because you didn't listen to me. We couldn't trust either of you, and as far as I'm concerned, we still can't. All we did was lock her away. And how'd that work out for you? No comment.
Screw you, dude.
Well then, congratulations. You've been given another chance to actually do this right. And your solution is to send us back in there? Do you want us to slay the princess, or do you want the princess to slay us? Obviously, I want you to slay her. One of you poses a threat to the world, and the other doesn't. Anyways, I believe your other question was something along the lines of, what's the point of doing anything? If you're asking that, it sounds to me like you're making the rather dangerous assumption that your actions last time around didn't have any consequences. What do you mean? Of course there weren't any consequences. We were killed by the princess, and now everyone's right back where they started. Sounds pretty consequence-free to me.
Hope this isn't a billions dead scenario.
From my perspective, there were plenty of consequences. I'm never going to forget the way she just made us stop working. And that's only scratching the surface. If what you said is true, it begs the question of how you got back here. Did time simply rewind itself, or have you found yourself in another world altogether? If it's the latter, what do you think happened after you died? Do you think the people there lived happily ever after? Or do you think that the princess, left unhindered, brought about the end to everyone and everything, just like I told you she would? If she brought an end to everything and everyone, how are we supposed to stop her? What do you want from us? I want you to succeed. You'll find a way. You're the only one who can.
I kind of want to talk about the princess, but I feel like if we stall here long enough, then she's just gonna get out and kill us again. I'm gonna take that chance.
Just be quick about it.
Just being around her in the end shut down all of my organs. What the hell am I supposed to do about that? To quote you from the last time around, she's just a princess. How can you possibly justify saying that? She's clearly something far, far worse. Who locked her in that basement? What is this place? Okay. What am I supposed to do about my organ shutting down? Go in the woods, farm, level up, resistance. This dude.
Like I said, if she killed you, it was probably because you didn't listen to me. Don't talk to her, don't trust her, just go in, do your job, and save the world.
To quote from you last time, she's just a princess. How can you possibly justify saying that?
She is just a princess. Whatever you think happened to you last time, just get it out of your head before you get to the cabin, and you'll be fine.
Who locked her in the basement?
People locked her in that basement, and I told you what this place is. It's a path in the woods. Don't overcomplicate things.
You are so whack. If people locked her away, why couldn't they slay her? Why is this falling on me?
Look, I'm not supposed to say this, but it's because you're special. You're the only person capable of doing this. Call it a prophecy, if that helps, but it's just the way things are. You can't just goad us into doing something by calling us special. It's manipulative. Why are you trying to manipulate us? I don't know, I kinda like being special. Okay, fine. Maybe you can goad him into doing something, but he's not even the one who makes the decisions here.
Oh.
I'm not
okay.
goading you into doing anything. You already know the princess is dangerous. All I'm trying to say is that you have to be the one to deal with her. I know it doesn't seem fair, but that's just the way it is.
This is such a
And for what it's
strange...
worth, I know you have it in you to finish the job. We don't. You saw what happened to us last time. We need to leave.
This is such a strange game, and I like it, because, like, I enjoy the fact that the hero, the narrator, and I guess in this case the paranoid, they're all separate entities from the player themselves, and the paranoid at the very least acknowledges that. And the same goes for the narrator in some cases. Like, the fact that they speak about the player playing the game rather than about the narrator, or rather than about the hero being the player. The voices are not talking between themselves. Being cagey, what aren't you telling me?
I've told you everything you need to know. Going into more detail would just overcomplicate an otherwise very simple situation and make your job more difficult.
Just tell me, man!
If you want us to stand a chance against her, we need to be armed with information. What is she really capable of? How are we supposed to stop her? Not to sound like a broken record, but the less you know about her, the better things will go for all of us. I know it sounds like I'm hiding something, but you're just going to have to take me at my word.
This ominous music makes me think that we wasted enough time that I'm about to just die
He isn't telling us everything he knows because he doesn't trust us, which means that we can't trust him. Stop talking yourself in neurotic circles and just get to the cabin already. Do you see the way he keeps pushing us? We have to get out of here.
I guess that's all.
Great. Now, if you don't mind, the whole world is waiting with bated breath for you to save it from ruin.
We're going to the cabin again. I'm gonna brute force this.
A warning before you go any further. She will lie, she will cheat, and she will do everything in her power to stop you from slaying her. Don't believe a word she says. I don't think lying and cheating is her thing. She was very direct with us last time. Or at least, she was direct with us after we decided to lock her away. It doesn't matter. Don't trust anyone.
Okay.
The interior of the cabin is
Hey,
the
whoa.
smooth wood of the walls almost featureless. The only furniture of note is a lone table, knocked on its side in the corner of the room. A pristine blade stands between you and the open, inviting basement doorway. The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right. Hold on. What happened to the door? There was a door here last time. It's just an empty frame. She's already gotten out, hasn't she? And she's ready for us. She's been waiting. Can't you feel her eyes on us? I'm going to need all of you to pull yourselves together. The princess has not already gotten out. But if you keep getting stuck in your head like this, you're going to struggle to get the job done. So deep breath in, deep breath out. Your task awaits, and only you can do it.
Didn't say anything about the mirror on the wall. This whole cabin is different than I remember it being. Didn't say anything about the mirror on the wall.
You're right. I was so stuck on the eyes watching us that I didn't even notice it there.
Wait, what? Oh!
What are you two talking about? There isn't a mirror. There's a
Okay.
table, the blade sitting on the floor, and the open doorway leading to the basement. There's nothing else in here.
Oh, we lost it.
There's definitely a mirror. There isn't. We have to look at it. Unless that's what he wants us to do. And pretending it isn't there is a trick to get us to do exactly what he wants.
Why would you lie about there not being a mirror when it's clearly right there? What's the point? I want to look at it I want to look at myself. I want to see how handsome I am. I'm gonna approach the mirror.
Walk up to the wall next to the empty basement door frame. It's a wall. There isn't much to see here. This really isn't funny.
Wipe the mirror clean. Well, that Steven didn't notice until the game pointed it out, because I didn't either. Good to know I'm not the only one. It's very light.
You reach
Hey!
forward and rub your hand against the cabin wall. I hope you know how ridiculous you look right now. Did he make it go away? Clearly there was something in there worth investigating if he wants it hidden so bad.
We have lost it. Why is my hand reptilian? This whole cabin is different than I remember it being.
Very different. He changed it, didn't he? It's like he's trying to make us doubt our reality.
Skywrath Mage.
Calm down. Maybe the three of you just think everything is different because you haven't been here before. Enough of this past life nonsense. You haven't died, you certainly haven't been killed by the princess. So focus up. A lot's riding on this.
I'm just gonna walk into the basement. Screw the sword.
Taking the knife. I don't think going down there unarmed is going to do us any favors.
We're fine.
You cross over the threshold and onto a series of isolated steps, suspended in darkness. More eyes, too. You never mention the eyes. The air seeping up from below reminds you of fresh lightning and static, as if you're descending into a place that isn't meant for a creature of flesh and blood. If the princess lives here, slaying her would probably be doing her a favor. Her cruel and playful voice prances up the stairs.
I didn't think you'd come back. We're gonna have a lot of fun, you and I.
Okay, we need a game plan. Last time we were here, just being close to her was enough to kill us.
I'm going to talk to her. We don't need a plan. I'm just going to kill her. Mr. Narrator seems to think I can do it. I don't know why you're all being such pessimists right now. Continue down the stairs. Step off the void between the stairs. Throw the dagger. I'm gonna talk to her. It's gotta work this time, right?
Didn't you hear my warning a minute ago? She can't be trusted. Talking won't do you any good.
I don't care at this point, bro.
Something tells me she isn't going to be very keen on talking anyway.
Now I know that if I die, I'm just gonna come back. What is this, the afterlife?
The stairs. As you emerge, you find yourself between two loose rows of white wooden planks, suspended in nothingness.
This
A
sucks.
smattering of cobblestones, visible against the inky black of the basement, mark where the floor should be, forming vague pathways. At what seems to be the end of the room, they diverge in opposite directions, left and right. She could be anywhere, and there's nowhere for us to hide. We're completely exposed. Are you really not going to comment on how weird this place is? No, I'm not. Somebody needs to be the voice of reason here, and it certainly isn't you. Excuse me, I'm being incredibly reasonable. You're the one who's just matter-of-factly describing whatever the hell we're looking at like it's an ordinary basement. We're going to die down here. I don't want to die again. Please stop saying that. You're only going to make things worse. Just pick a direction and start moving.
I wouldn't give it too much thought if I were you. It doesn't really matter, because either way you go, I'm going to find you.
Let's go left. There isn't a pair of eyes to the left. No, he's still doing it, trying to have his cake and eat it too. I think I already read that. Either way, I read it again. I'm sure we can have the cake and eat it. Let's go left.
You turn to the left. A faintly outlined path lies before you.
There you are. I told you I was going to find you.
As the princess approaches, your legs suddenly go numb.
Again?
Your arms quickly follow. This is it, isn't it?
It's almost like you want me to get you.
There has to be a way out of this. Think. Think! What did you do? Pull yourself together. She isn't supposed to be like this.
I wonder how many times I'll get to play with you before you break.
Your vision cuts out as your blood begins to coagulate. It's as if every part of your being is coming to a lurching halt. Heart, lungs, liver, nerves. Your lungs pull in a desperate gulp of air as your eyes shoot back open. Nerves. What are you doing? I'm working. Do you want this body to function, or do you want... And then experience stops once more as your body reapproaches death. Okay, whatever you were doing, please just start doing it again. Are you sure about that? Are you sure that's what you want, or do you want to interrupt me some more?
Let's get back to it.
Seconds left. Yes, I'm sure. Heart, lungs, liver. Again, your eyes shoot open as you gasp for breath. Liver.
Can't decide what you want to do, can you?
Heart, lungs.
Oh well, standing there gasping like a fish is more fun than dead. Even if you look ridiculous.
Nerves. She isn't attacking us. Lungs. Why? The why doesn't matter. She's already proven her ill intent. Don't lose sight of your mission. Nerves. Heart. And how are we supposed to do that? We don't have a weapon. The way out of here is nowhere to be seen. That isn't my fault. It doesn't matter whose fault it is, because fighting her isn't an option right now. Then you
I don't really want to fight her.
Shouldn't you?
Why won't you finish me off? What good am I to you alive? What do you want from me? What happened after you killed me last time? I was sent from here to stop you from destroying... Hey, I just realized something. The hand that rubbed the mirror that was like a talon is the same as my cursor. I wonder if that means anything. If only you had a sharp object to defend yourself with. I don't want to stab her! Sent here to stop you from destroying the world. I can't just let you leave. You're a lunatic, you know that, right? If you want to work together, can you at least turn off this whole organ shutting down situation? I'll just kill you instead. Don't have to be enemies. We can work together. We can be friends, even. Not doing any of this and not helping you leave, and I'm not going to try to kill you. So do your worst. Remain with your nightmare. Okay, let's get out of here. Leave together. Amanda's actually just going to be a rebel for 4 hours? Yes! I don't have it in me to kill her. Maybe we can be friends. We already know that dying is meaningless, because we just come back, and then she's right here in the basement doing some Eldritch Abomination stuff. So, it's all good, it's fine. Nah, for real, this organ shutdown stuff is annoying. Oh, yeah, it seems so. But the part that got to me is that they said that our blood was coagulating. What does your blood coagulating while it's inside you feel like? That must be extremely painful, right? Why won't you finish me off?
Because I don't want to. And even if I did, I don't have to. Look at the way you're struggling to stay alive. It's taking everything you have to keep your heart pumping right now. And I'm enjoying the show.
What the heck, man?
The princess leans forward.
Okay, stop.
Lips close to your ear.
If I want to see you gone, all I'm need to do is break your concentration.
Heart, lungs, liver, nerves. Heart, lungs, liver, nerves. Heart, lungs, liver, nerves. She slowly runs her velvet glove across the base of your neck. It feels like static. And then... Shit, make her stop. Hey, snap out of it. Okay, deep breath, we're fine. Heart, lungs, liver, nerves, heart. You're back. Lungs, liver, nerves, heart.
One moment,
lungs, liver,
and then you're
nerves,
gone.
Heart, lungs,
Just
liver,
like
nerves, heart,
that.
lungs, liver,
Ah,
nerves, heart,
and there's the
lungs, liver,
fear.
nerves, she pulls away. Lungs, liver, nerves,
But that wouldn't be very
lungs,
fun, now
liver,
would it?
nerves,
I've already
heart,
done that.
lungs, liver, nerves, heart, lungs, liver, nerves, heart, lungs, liver, nerves, heart, lungs.
What happened after you killed me last time?
Heart, lungs, liver,
Sent here to stop you from destroying the world.
lungs, liver, nerves,
What happened after you killed me last time?
lungs, liver, nerves,
Even wanted this? He asked for this? I guess I did, didn't I?
heart, lungs, liver,
This status effect is kinda annoying. I hope they nerf it.
lungs, liver, nerves, heart, lungs.
This game is the ultimate I can fix her. I really hate that I'm actually enacting that meme right now.
Heart, lungs, liver,
What happened after the last time
I
you
tried to
killed me?
leave while you suffocated, but that stupid cabin wouldn't let me. So I started to drag your body out with me, and then...
liver, nerves, heart, lungs,
Well,
liver,
you died before I could get to the door.
liver,
And then I was here, and now you're here too.
nerves, heart,
I don't think I can move without you. And dead doesn't count. And as much as I love what we have going on, I have bigger plans than tormenting one poor little creature forever. I want to leave.
nerves, heart, lungs, liver,
You need me alive, then why did you threaten me on the stairs? Why didn't you try being nice to me?
liver, nerves,
This, but unironically.
heart, lungs, liver, nerves, heart, lungs, liver, nerves, heart, lungs, nerves, heart, lungs, liver.
I am being nice. You're alive, aren't you?
Okay.
And you died of fright as soon as you saw me last time. I didn't think keeping you alive was an option. But it looks like that's not a problem anymore. At least not for me.
Heart, lungs, liver, nerves,
I can just, like...
seem miserable.
heart, lungs, liver,
In all honesty, I'm the one with the bargaining chip here, right?
lungs,
Because all I gotta do is, like, wait for her to almost leave and then kill myself.
liver,
And then she's trapped. And that's it.
heart, lungs, liver, nerves, heart, lungs, liver, nerves, heart, lungs, liver,
If I let you out, what then? Do we go our separate ways?
lungs, liver, nerves, heart, lungs, liver, nerves, heart,
And if I refuse to let you out, what happens then?
heart, lungs,
And we're stuck down here together. Until you change your mind.
nerves,
I'm fine with that.
liver, static, and a skipped beat as she touches your shoulder and whispers in your ear. No! Heart, lungs, liver, nerves, heart, lungs, liver, nerves.
Or until your heart finally gives out.
Heart, lungs, liver,
And then, when you die, I'll find myself somewhere new. And before too long, you'll be there too. That's how this all works, right? This doesn't end until you let me out. And a lot can happen before then. I'm sure I can get creative.
lungs, liver, nerves, heart, lungs, liver, nerves, heart, nerves, heart, lungs, liver, nerves, heart,
If you want to work together, can you at least turn off this whole organ shutting down situation?
nerves, heart,
I don't want to work together. I don't want to help you, but I don't want to hurt you either.
heart, lungs, liver, nerves, heart,
If I let you out, what then? Do we go our separate ways?
No, definitely not. If you're what I need to leave this place, chances are you're pretty useful. I think I'll keep you right by my side. A little good luck charm to make sure I stay free.
heart,
Don't worry, I'll make sure to take good care of you. I promise.
heart, lungs, liver, nerves, heart, lungs, liver, nerves, heart, lungs, liver,
I'm sent here to stop you from destroying the world. Being around you is agony. I'm not going to stick around.
nerves, heart, lungs, liver, nerves,
Uh,
lungs, liver, nerves,
what's up, Urgy Bean? I'm scared. Don't be. We're the ones with the bargaining chip. All we gotta do is kill ourselves and then she's trapped here. That's it. We win. We win this exchange. Not doing any of this. I'm not helping you leave and I'm not going to try to kill you. So do your worst.
You poor deluded thing. Do you think a single moment of bravery changes you into something you're not? I am what I am, and you're always going to be a coward.
She raises a hand to her mask and pulls it down. You don't get the chance to see what lies beneath before it envelops you. Like a creeping mold, the complete reality of your existence threads its way through your mind. Birth, death, birth again, decay and bloom, a million stitches from a million microscopic wounds you've inflicted on everyone you've ever met, with every muscle you've moved and every word you've ever spoken. No.
Let me out.
Your existence hurts them.
Let me out.
A lonely soul in a room by itself, weeping. It lives for 80 years and then it's gone. And then it's there again.
Let me out.
A reprieve. A good life. Love. Children. A steady career. Recognition from your peers. Here one moment. Gone the next. The worms have found their orifices.
Let me out.
Diagnosis. It forgets everything it is. Anger, rage, distance, poverty. The lonely soul is lonely again. Love turns to mockery. It dies. It is reborn. Worse. Lonelier.
Let me out.
No. What's happening to us?
Let me out.
This is all too much. I can't keep going. You can't keep going? Well, what are you talking about?
But he doesn't respond.
Oops, I think I broke you. I'll see you soon. You'll know what to do.
Your body is dead, but you live on. Hey! The moment of clarity.
You're on a path in the... Shit! What the hell was that? Who are we? What are we doing? There was a princess, I think. It's all so fuzzy. It hurts when I try to remember. You shouldn't know about the princess. At least, not until I... You've already been here, haven't you? I guess. It feels so long ago, almost like we've never left. We have to let her out. No, that's the opposite of what you're here to do. You have to slay her. Slay? We decided not to do that, didn't we? Yeah, we're supposed to let her out. It's really the only way this works out for us. If you think about it, she's the one with power here. Nobody else can do much of anything. No, we were supposed to keep her trapped there forever. I think.
Okay, well, that was my voice.
How many times do I have to tell you to snuff out your heart?
I guess I'm the voice of the stubborn, because I still want to keep her in the cage. So the only thing I can think of right now is that I just lived, like, looking into her face just forced me to experience, like, a bajillion lifetimes up until the point where I lost my mind. And the narrator died, question mark? You killed the narrator? I don't think, maybe he just left. Maybe he didn't die. I don't know, Lord Ratatosk. The disorder deepens. What disorder? We're fine. Another voice for the collection. Isn't there like 5 voices? We have the hero, the paranoid, the broken, the stubborn, the cold now. supposed to be unfeeling? How many times do I have to tell you to snuff out your heart? Alright, this guy that says I should just kill myself. The narrator, the princess herself. Who are we still waiting for? Why is this the first thing I see in my first experience of witnessing Slay the Princess? Good question. Because I did the stupid thing where I sat on the fence and now we're experiencing eldritch horrors beyond your deepest imagining. It's not what voice the cold means. What do you mean? How many times do I have to tell you to snuff out your heart? Is he not talking about my own heart? Whatever.
We can't be unfeeling. Not when there's so much fear
The
everywhere.
hunted?
There's nothing for us to do. We've already tried everything.
Okay.
We love her, so we have to set her free. Can we love something that hates us? Can we love something that hurts us? To be given an ounce of kindness from something so cruel would be more pure than any other love. Why are there so many of us? There aren't supposed to be so many of us.
He's spitting.
This is bad. You need to get a grip. What did you let happen? How many times have you been here?
I think they're all wrong. It's a good question. How many times have you all been here? What if we don't go to the cabin? Can you make sense of them? I don't feel so disjointed. I feel so disjointed. I don't know if I can pull this off. I don't know if I can slay her. Only way out is to do nothing. So nothing I will do. Stay here. Stay where you are. Oh boy. Smitten is actually Steven. It's not though. It's not like I love the princess. I just don't want to freaking kill her. Steven thinks he's a stubborn, but he's that one. Imagine simping for a girl who causes total organ failure. Hey, as long as it's only the one organ that's working, that's all I need. It's a good question. How many times have you all been here?
Many times. It feels like we've been here forever, but it also feels like we've barely been here at all. It doesn't matter. Yes, we just have to do what she says, and then everything will be fine. It won't. It will be for us. She said so. You're part of everything. If things aren't fine for everything, they won't be fine for you. There's no difference between fine and not fine, it just goes on and on.
That doesn't make sense. I only remember being here twice before this, and some of you don't seem to remember being here at all. Was I here those other times? Did someone else make the decisions? There's this. The princess was right, you're a coward. I think this is the bravest thing, because I'm dealing with the whole mental damage that she's inflicted upon me time and time again, and I'm just deciding to roll with it. Roll with the punches. This is a matter of endurance. I don't think it's cowardly. I don't want to kill her. I want to fix her. I want to save her. Call me Ragna the Blood Edge. Remember, Steven, hesitation is defeat. I'm not hesitating in my decision to not kill her. Was I here those other times? Did someone else make the decision?
What does here even mean if you really think about it? Shut up. You were here. Every single time. You did your best, really. There's just a pecking order. And our cruel and beautiful goddess sits atop it, right where she's always belonged.
This dude.
You're lucky. What I would give to be able to forget. I've tried to keep them numb, but they're all too soft. A shame, really.
If I don't remember what I did, then it couldn't have been me that did it. What if we don't go to the cabin? If I don't remember what I did, then it couldn't have been me that did it.
Don't think about that too hard. All it will do is weaken your resolve and make it that much harder for you to slay her.
This again.
Maybe you're shattered in your own way. Are you your memories? Or are you the one perceiving the present moment?
Ugh, here you go philosophizing again. It never goes anywhere.
Yes, this is far from the first time you've asked us about consciousness. Who am I? What am I? What is I? Who even cares? They're good questions, great questions even, but they don't have any answers. And they all just end in quivering torment. It doesn't matter what we do, because we always find her, and if we don't find her, she always finds us. And then she smashes us into smaller pieces. If you all just stopped feeling, we could have been done with this ages ago. Your thoughts are far too scattered to rein back in. Your only option is to silence them.
What if I don't want to silence the voices? Could just kill her and be done though. Probably. I've never seen this game, but I'd imagine the game would not let you kill her anyway. I don't know, maybe. Want me to DM you what can happen, or are you invested? Not invested. Well, that doesn't answer his question, whether or not he should DM you. Basically just listening to this as if it was an audiobook. Yeah, you see, I don't get why you people want to watch me play a visual novel when this very thing happens, where it's just me not talking for an extended period of time. But whatever. Can you make sense of them? Feel so disjointed. Can you make sense of them?
Nothing worth making sense of. They're clearly all traumatized.
I don't know, Stubborn seemed kind of spitting.
You aren't. We break apart, and you stay the same.
Yeah, what's your secret? Why can you break the rules when we can't?
You know, Cheated also spitting. Whatever. Let's just walk to the cabin.
You slowly make your way through the umbral forest, bumping against unseen trees as you grasp through the darkness for a way forward. But eventually, you do make it to the cabin. Or rather, you make it to the place a cabin should have been. Instead, all you find is an empty hill. No, this isn't right. There's a cabin there. There's always supposed to be a cabin there. Don't ask him about the mirror.
He always says he never sees it.
He always lies. And he always makes it gone. Stay focused. You still have a job to do, and it's best not to be distracted by fraying thoughts. There is no mirror. You know that as well as I do. She's still here, buried deep inside the earth. Just walk up the hill. You always give too much space to the others. It's why you always lose.
What's wrong with giving them space? What if it helps them? What if they need to be heard? Nah, I'm just gonna walk up to the mirror. I like this stream though. Oh, okay, good to hear then. Never mind. Can't believe he likes me not talking. That's crazy. Seems like an okay visual novel. Visual novels can be cool on stream though, Strange, if visual novels have different endings. Sometimes even with a singular ending, to be honest. Just this game is that it's incredibly short, but on replay, virtually every choice at every step can lead to a different route and ending. It's why I thought it'd be a good stream game. Right. Disco Elysium-ass voices. Spitting, you're giving Testament space, that's why you lose. Can't stay next to him. Well, good stream game as far as visual novels go. Think this game is a fine stream game? Seems so. I just don't really like not talking for a long period of time, because it makes me think of like the BlazBlue streams that I believed were very lackluster. Approach the mirror.
You walk up the hill, hesitating just beyond the bounds of the cabin.
The cabin that isn't there.
You've got to clean the mirror, haven't you? You've got to see what's in it.
Smash it to pieces.
She's on the other side, and we have to let her out. It's the only way we can be free.
It's the only way we can have our thoughts back. Just go around it. Just do something.
Go around
Doesn't
it.
matter what.
I only got one option.
Proceed. Proceed to where? I'm afraid you're going to have to be a little more specific. That's a new one. Do you think it'll work? Of course it'll work. He always makes the best decisions. It's why he gets to make them.
True.
It has worked. It's gone, don't you see?
Damn it! It's just a knife! I'm not picking it up. The game seems too funny. It is pretty entertaining so far, but it also is unsettling in some cases. Although, this might be a bit of a hot take. I feel like the voice acting for the princess herself is a little bit missing the mark. Not majorly, just mildly. It's like almost there. I think it's still solid though. Solid enough. I mean, you can pause the narration and speak at any time. I can, but I feel like it disrupts the flow, like it's doing right now. God damn it. Yeah, with the knife and the me not picking it up. Mute the game and you make all the funny voices? That's not going to be entertaining. Personally, like the princess voice acting without the weird demonic voice filter. I like it more with the demonic voice filter. To be honest, I also like this stream mostly because it's unsettling. I like this type of thing. Switch us to underwater, and let's see if you're still having a hell of a time. When that gets added, it gets worse. Disrupt the flow of these nuts.
We're one step closer to her.
The interior of the cabin is much the same as the exterior of the cabin. A dull, fuzzy, dreamlike nothing. It's empty and isolating, but there's just enough vague shape and unknown texture to suggest the structure therein. Wrong and unsettling as it may be. The only object of note is a pristine blade buried in the dirt floor, a hint of its shining edge teasing through the sediment. The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you're going to do this right. Take it. It's the only way forward.
Take the blade. You have to take the blade. It's the only way forward. You've already tried everything else. Don't you remember? Oh, I don't want to take the blade. Damn it. Fine.
You reach down to take the blade, but as you do, the ground beneath it shifts, the weapon sinking deep into the earth.
Nice.
You lean
We
over the
saved.
hole and gaze into the abyss. It is so very deep. Deep in the bowels of the earth, you see something staring back at you. It fills you with dread.
Okay, maybe we messed up.
She's watching us. She never stops watching us.
You really are a coward.
With every word she speaks, the princess in the pit blinks closer.
I was joking when I said that way back when. You know that, right?
Closer.
I was having some fun, and I guess I wanted to see if I could melt you.
And closer.
Watching over me forever? That was so brave.
And closer.
But forever is so long. And time erodes everything. Except for me. I've already taken your will, and you're not getting it back. All that's left is for you to take my hand and let me out. It'll be so much fun. You and me, together, exploring the world and spreading fear wherever we go. Well, mostly just me. But you'll get to be there too. A witness. Oh, I can even make you a little cage if you want. Gilded and everything. Now don't pose. Don't try to resist. I've already molded you into what I need. And you lost your power so long ago. Don't bother working yourself into a frenzy to get it back.
Do something. Do anything that isn't taking her hand.
What? Hey, no, come on. No. You're just an object, a tool. You once were something else a long time ago. But that's something... But was that something you, or is it just a dull and jaded memory? There is no other ending here. Just take her hand and set her free. Can't I just push her back down the pit? Whatever, we freaking lost. We lost!
You extend your hand to hers. For all her past cruelties, the moment feels gentle, tender even. I can't believe you just made me say that. I hate you. The motion is difficult at first, as if something still resists your efforts. But then that resistance gives way, and it's over.
And that's the end. I wonder what we're going to do next.
I didn't think I'd be so tired.
Hmm? The princess, exhausted, slumps.
Why is it so cold?
You do not have an opportunity to respond. Something has taken her away, and it's left something else in her place.
She's gone. Yeah. I can finally think again. Almost. That mirror's back. What does that mean for us? I'm sure it'll be whisked away just like her. Maybe it won't be gone. Things are different now, aren't they? Doesn't seem like there's much else to do here.
Finally, we can smash it.
Oh, you stop with the smashing.
What do we say, boys? One last vain attempt to look at ourselves.
Yeah. I think I'd like that.
Seems we've got a majority. All that's left is to give it a look.
You a Birdman? I think so. That's probably supposed to be representative of your, like I said, the mouse cursor, because the mouse cursor looks like a bird's talon, but like a humanoid hand. It's showing that the hero is the player, but also the hero is not the player, question mark. Killer ass, just choker, hold up, she kinda... What was she spitting about? I don't remember. Just wanting out? Or being... or like the cowardly thing? Approach the mirror. You step towards the mirror. It holds a truth that you just must witness.
Something tells me that this is the end of the line. But I don't feel bad about it. I'm ready. It feels okay. The fear's gone. I'm done fighting. My heart feels quiet. The game was always going to end. I'll be free of all of you. I'm ready for the truth. I'm ready to sleep.
I'm just ready to be anywhere that isn't here. Boys, it's been an honor.
Gaze into your reflection. Spreading fear around the world. Why would you want to spread fear instead of love and benevolence and all that other mushy garbage? And putting you in a cage. Now you're just weird. Silence as you reach forward. They're gone. But the mirror remains. It's time for you to see what's in it. It's you. You are alone in a place that is empty. It is quiet here. Proceed to the cabin. You are at the cabin. Approach her.
Something finds me in the long quiet and brings me the gift of a fragile vessel.
What are you? The gift of a fragile vessel. Is this the end of the world? Let her out of there. Screw you, dude. No? Do you know the narrator? Are you what sent me to slay the princess? Or you would trap me here? Are you the princess? Do we know each other? What happens now? Attack the entity, destroy your body. Okay. What are you first and foremost? Love is whack. You're whack. I don't know, Steven, you're the one that freed the nightmare princess. You tell me. I didn't want to. I shouldn't have got up to make breakfast. I don't know what the heck is going on. Basically, we stalled up until the point where we finally pulled the chick out of the basement, out of whatever the heck she's in. And then she gets enveloped by hands. And we looked in a mirror that for some reason wasn't able to be acknowledged by the narrator. And now we're here. We saw our own reflection, and then this is happening, question marks. What are you?
I am solitary lights in an empty city. What are you?
That didn't explain anything. What do you mean?
Thoughts without connections. A dim and nascent network. I wish to be more.
Oh, you're an entity of like a loose concept. This is making me think of SMT a little bit. I'm a person.
A person. A set of eyes witnessing from one perspective. I think that you are more like me than you are like a person. We are oceans, reduced to shallow creeks.
Moral of the story is that you were the princess all along, Stronge. You kinda look cute in that dress. Kappa Pride. Do you know the narrator?
You are the only thing I have ever known. The space we're in is vacant. Nothing comes here but us.
Don't tell me Did I stall so long that my own existence became none but a loose concept? But why would releasing the princess cause such a thing? The gift of a fragile vessel?
Yes. Nerves and fibers to feel the worlds beyond. Perspectives to make my own. This one is filled with sadness. A doll, abandoned to the company of her darkest impulses. She desires only companionship, but the only thing she knows is how to hurt. She will make for a tender heart. Do not mourn her. She has finally found her way home.
I was right. I was freaking right. I did what I did. And then, I mean, the only one that suffered was me, I guess. But she didn't, I guess she kind of suffered, but now she's question marks okay. But we're fine. You sat on the fence so long, it's like you weren't even there. Point is, she didn't need to die. I didn't want her to die. She didn't die. She got out. Now this is happening. Now she gets to have her feelings I guess, portrayed in the quote-unquote right way. I don't know what you would call this. I'm content with this ending, is my point. Are you... No. Do you know about the worlds beyond this place? Her guard isn't down, quick slay her. Oh my god. Stop color-coded. Do you know about the worlds beyond this place?
I know only that they are.
Okay. I guess that answers that. Are you the princess?
She is part of me, and part of me is her.
Were you always the princess, or are you just making her a part of yourself?
You speak in circles. Does it matter where one thing begins and another ends?
I feel like in this case it does. With an entity like you, and with the events that have been going on... Yeah. Is this the end of the world?
How can the world have ended if we are talking?
Good point. You would send me to slay the... Yeah, did you send me there?
I have only just now stirred to consciousness. I could not have trapped you here, and I too yearn to be free.
So you still needed the body to think. In order to be, you still needed the princess's existence. You were, in every sense of the word, a loose concept before you got that body. So I guess you weren't always the same, but in a sense could have been. Now I'm piecing together the answer from before. But, I mean, alright, do we know each other?
You are familiar, but you are not me. I feel sadness, longing, hope as I witness you.
Kill? No. Attack the entity? Hit her with electric wind god fist? Definitely not. The long con. The long con. What happens now?
Nothing, as we are. But I know that there are worlds beyond us, and that we are meant to reach them. There is no exit, but this vessel is a creature of perception. She can make you forget, if only you believe her to be able to. Bring me more perspectives, so that I may be whole, and perhaps then we will know our freedom.
Aren't you scared that I'll find a way to kill you? How much will I forget? How many more pieces of you do I need to find? And what if I don't let you do this to me? I was sent to slay the princess to stop her from destroying the world. If I help you, is that what you're going to do? Don't tell me this is a get the other endings and then you'll get, like, come back here. And that's, I guess, true ending. I heard from a friend that there are multiple true endings, which is something. So is this Nier Automata? It seems like it so far. Aren't you scared that I'll find a way to kill you?
I have not lived. I am not afraid to die.
Can you even die if you aren't alive? How much will I forget? Do 83 endings before you reach something worth value. Where's the eat the fish and die ending? Is this a reference to something? How much will I forget?
Everything. Until we meet again.
How many more pieces of you do I have to find?
More than you have found.
but less than there are to find. I am infinite. The rest will find their own way home.
And what if I don't let you do this to me?
Then we will be here forever, as we are now. Unfinished, dry, hollow.
I'm not going back. Kind of want to wait. I want to know about this. I was sent to slay the princess.
You ask of things that cannot be done. To destroy is merely to reshape, to remold.
You're being semantic. What are you going to do if I help you?
How can I know? I am flickers in something sprawling and unilluminated.
You're gonna restart the universe or something. Not going back. Not yet.
If you need time, then I'll wait with you.
Wait forever. Takamagahara? I was thinking more like Kagetsuchi. Oh, am I able to? Oh, I am. Okay, cool. QA. What is Q and A? Ragna, is that you? I was thinking more like the Kagetsuchi from SMT, rather than anything to do with Blazefu. Wait forever.
You are as I am now, and forever is a long time to remain undone. I am not you, but I know that I would return before forever was finished. What textures will you weave for yourself to occupy forever? Will you place the images of you and I into a box for safekeeping? If you close that box, will you become another you in another world? An imaginary pattern repeating itself until it can no longer bear the weight of its hand-drawn cage? You'll always come back to the box, because you'll always want to know what it means to be you. I will be here waiting by your side until you're ready to return to mine.
Okay. That forcibly crashes the game. Well, I guess not really crashes, but closes. So I guess she forcibly puts you back. Game crashed. It didn't, I think the point that she's getting at is like that's semi-breaking the third wall. Like you're going to go back. Ah?
Though you were gone mere moments, I never left your side.
Yeah, alright. The point of that was almost certainly to say, okay, you're gonna close the game, or I am going to close the game for you, and at some point you will return to this game, and when you do, you will restart everything. That's a bit freaky. Game was like, okay, you're gonna be like that, huh? Yeah, basically. Undertale-ass game, The box that she was talking about was almost certainly just, like, you know, your computer. Doki Doki Literature Club-ass game. Yeah, sure, make me forget.
She asks that I tell you to remember her. You won't.
Everything goes dark, and you die. Chapter 1, The Hero and the Princess.
You're on a path in the woods. And at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess. You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
Note, you can skip previously seen dialogue by hitting tab on your keyboard or L2 on your controller. Okay. I'm trying to, like, process all of that. Damn. Part of me is wondering why, if both of us were incomplete, could we not fuse or something to become whole? Or is it a matter of they need a certain amount of what is quote-unquote themselves in order to fully become what they want? Fusion, yeah. I think it's a matter of their own consciousnesses from whichever realities need to all come together. End of the world, what are you talking about? You know what? We'll ask those questions later. I'm just going to the cabin. I'm gonna stab her. I'm gonna just run up and stab her.
You make your way up the short path to the cabin.
The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right. Take the blade.
You take the blade from the table. It'd be rather difficult to slay the princess and save the world without it.
Does being a disgusting bird monster have anything to do with anything? Not yet. We'll probably find out later. Enter the basement. That changed my cursor. Okay,
The door
interesting.
to the basement creaks open, revealing a staircase faintly illuminated by an unseen light in the room below. This is an oppressive place. The air feels heavy and damp, a hint of rot filtering from the ancient wood. If the princess really lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favor.
Is this
Her
already...
voice carries up the stairs.
Who's there?
She sounds dangerous. It's almost as if she's the one in charge down here.
Don't let it fool you. It's all part of the manipulation.
Hi, just checking in. Hey, I think I'm here to kill you. I'm just gonna walk down the stairs again. I think that's what I did last time.
Good. You're still listening to reason. You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. There's a heavy chain around her wrist, binding her to the far wall of the basement.
She's so coldly beautiful. Is she really a threat to the world?
Focus on the task at hand.
And there you are. Are you here to kill me or something?
You are different. What's up, Brittany B? What? No way. Why would you even think that? Okay, yeah, you caught me. I'm here to slay you. No. Haven't decided yet. Stop making me want to... I don't get it. Do you remember? Because I apparently don't. I haven't decided yet. No, don't make me make the same mistake again.
How about you drop the knife and the two of us just talk?
You're gonna prank
Look
me.
how reasonable she's being. We should just drop the blade and talk things out. Don't you dare.
I forgot. The hero and the player are two separate entities. The princess remembers, probably, The hero doesn't. I do. The hell do we do now? Wait. Whatever, we're rolling with it. I'm gonna be just as stubborn as I was before. I don't care.
It's fine. We can decide what we want to do after we talk to her. Maybe she really is a monster. Killing someone in cold blood isn't very becoming of us.
Drop it. Wait, Steven will give you a tip by taking the knife. You have already locked yourself out of the previous ending. Please feel free to pick whatever. Okay.
The blade tumbles out of your trembling hands and drops to the floor with an unceremonious clang.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Against your better judgment, you step forward to speak with the princess face to face.
You look tired.
Unharmed. We'll be fine. I don't know what you're hoping to accomplish here, but I can assure you there's no reasoning with her. Just make sure you don't forget about the blade on the floor. You're going to need it.
So here we are. What an awkward start to a relationship.
Maybe she doesn't know. If that's... I don't know if she remembers, or if anything different would have happened, or... The fact that she sounded ticked off right from the get-go. I'm wondering if that only has to do with the knife, and if she just knows that you picked it up. Yeah, it's a pretty awkward relationship. Are you coming on to me? This dude. How would I get to... How would I get you out of here? I'm here because you're supposed to end the world. People out there who think you're going to end the world, what do you have to say about that? What's your name?
She hesitates before answering.
You can address me as your Royal Highness, or Her Majesty. Any honorific should do, really.
Note the lack of detail. You can't trust her.
Your Highness, slap her? What? I don't think that's anything deserving of a slap. Although hearing that from someone, I would turn 360 degrees and then walk out of the room. I'm here because you're supposed to end the world.
Don't just tell her that.
Is that why they threw me down here? But I don't want to hurt anyone. I like the world, I think.
That's cap.
I don't remember much about it, to be honest. I've been down here a long time.
Just how long has she been down here?
If I'm supposed to be capable of ending the world, then how did I wind up here, chained to a wall? Have they told you why I'm allegedly so... dangerous?
No. What are you going to do if I let you out of here? I've been told enough. I was hoping you'd tell me. No, but I'm sure they have their reasons for keeping that information secret from me. No, and if I'm being honest, I'm more inclined to trust you than I'm inclined to trust them. I was hoping you'd tell me, in all honesty.
Ending the world seems like an awful lot for just one person to do. I wouldn't even know where to start.
I believe her. She doesn't have to know how to destroy the world to be capable of doing it.
At the end of the day, whatever the two of us have going on down here is about trust. Whoever sent you to slay me claimed I was a threat to the world, but they didn't tell you why. That doesn't sound right to me. And I don't think it sounds right to you either. Otherwise, we'd be killing each other instead of talking.
She has a point. There's a reason I've been telling you to question the situation, and there's a reason you've listened.
So, I could tell you that I'd lead a quiet life in the woods, or that I'd open an orphanage, or that I'd do any other number of good things that I'm sure you think you want to hear. But you don't really know me, do you? What can my word possibly be worth in a situation like this?
It'll be worth more than the
She's
lack
right
of
about
information I
one
get
thing.
from the narrator.
Her word isn't worth anything.
Like I said, it's all about trust. Blind trust. So do you trust me, the prisoner, the victim, the princess clearly incapable of ending the world? Or do you trust whoever put me here?
She's wrong. This isn't about trust. This is about risk. We stand to lose everything, all for the sake of one person, and a subjugating monarch no less.
Yet again, we shall go the route of not killing her. Because I don't want to kill her. Ooh. Like how her eyes are bigger than her boobs. I don't. Just so you know, the game won't let you repeat the same options. At all? What do you mean? How long have you been down here?
Too long.
It's been much too long. How'd I get you out of here? I don't care about getting you out of here. We've talked enough.
Oh, have you decided what to do with me?
No?
You know why you're here.
Rick! I have to choose one. Damn it. Okay. So I guess keeping her locked here is only possible... Roast her over a fire? I don't think I want to do that. Kill her or don't? You're way more standoffish here than you were in the previous one. Alright, let's try to metagame it here a little bit, right? So, we just went through the whole existential ending that we had a second ago, and found her and, like, the entity at the end of time, or whatever the heck I want to call her, and then... let's let her out.
Oh, you have to be kidding me. You walk up to the chains binding the princess to the wall and give them a tug. They're large and heavy, far too solid for you to even imagine trying to break them apart.
I'm guessing you don't have the key.
Sure don't.
Maybe it's somewhere upstairs. Doubtful. Whoever locked the princess away down here intended for her to never see the light of day. They wouldn't have just left the key to her chains somewhere in the cabin.
So you intend for her to never see the light of day. There's a window in the basement. And then on top of that, it's only the one arm chained. She should be in like an entire Iron Maiden, chained up, wrapped in ropes, underwater, guarded by sharks. And if there isn't a key, do you have any ideas? I'm going to check upstairs. Maybe the key's still lying around somewhere up there. And if not, maybe I can at least find something to break you free. Go check upstairs.
I'll be here.
Yeah.
You attempt to make your way out of the basement, but the door at the top of the stairs slams shut. You hear the click of a lock sliding into place.
Oh, screw you, dude.
Is someone else here?
Try the door.
You try the door, but it's locked from the outside. You're
That's
here
cool.
to slay the princess, and you won't leave until the task is done.
Screw you, dude. Let me out of here.
Shouts and pleas are met with silence. I'll repeat myself once again. You're here to slay the princess, and you won't leave until the task is done.
You're the bad guy.
You make your way back to the bottom of the stairs. This would have been so much easier if you'd simply slain her like you were supposed to.
We lost.
Easier for whom? Easier for everyone.
I heard the door slam. They locked you down here too, didn't they? The knife. Pick it up and cut me out of here.
It's a chain!
You won't like what happens if you do that.
I can't cut a chain. Didn't see that coming. Didn't see the door closing? I guess neither did I, because I thought I was the only one here. But I guess the narrator has some control over reality, question mark. Save the princess.
Against your better judgment, you place the blade against the princess's arm, just above the massive, unyielding chain. You cut into her flesh. The blade is sharp, and you make quick work of it. Before long, you're able to crack through bone, and she pulls the bleeding stub of her arm through the iron gauntlet. She didn't so much as utter a sound. Free from her bindings, the princess turns to face you, her fierce gaze meeting your eye. How is she so composed after losing an arm? It's like she isn't even bothered by it.
I feel like this is what they were gonna
Now
do.
let's get out of here.
I was just really hoping it wasn't. We're not gonna ignore. You're. Yeah.
No, we won't have any of that. The stakes are too high. You can't just let her escape into the world. No, I just can't let her escape into the world. As the princess approaches the bottom stair, your body steps forward and raises the blade. Wait, this isn't fair. You can't just do that. Watch me.
Bruh! Warn her.
Stop that.
I thought this was a little too easy.
Your body lunges forward to sink the blade into her back, but the princess swiftly moves out of the way before you can connect. Stop it! Stop resisting me! I am trying to get you out of here alive.
Dude. Resist.
The blade. Move the blade.
You're doing your best to help me, aren't you? I can see the conflict in your eyes. I'll make this quick.
She steps forward and pries the blade from your rigid hands.
Maybe I'll see you in another life.
And then she slits your throat with an almost clinical ease. Her face remains unchanged as she watches you collapse to the ground, blood flowing from your butchered neck. This is the end, isn't it? I'm afraid it is. Everything goes dark, and you die. I hope it was worth it.
Couldn't you have not killed me?
You're
I feel
on a
like that was an
path
option.
through the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess. You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
Okay. Is the paranoid back again? Getting a terrible sense of... Hasn't this already
It
happened?
hasn't. Or if it has, I certainly haven't been a part of it. We've just met for the first time, you and I. Don't forget what he did to
Skeptic.
us the last time around. I wouldn't trust a word out of his mouth. There's got to be a way out of here, for us and for the princess. We just have to keep trying. I'm inclined to agree. If he doesn't remember what happened last time, maybe it's best to keep it that way. You know I can hear you two, right? It's going to be a lot harder than you think to keep secrets from me. And as far as trying to help her goes, need I remind you how catastrophically dangerous she is to the world at large? I told you about the stakes of this situation less than a minute ago.
You didn't give an explanation as to how she's a danger to the world. Alright, so not picking up the knife and just talking to her and then dying to fear, I guess, causes the paranoid. This one with just leaving her or trying to save her causes the skeptic. What other voices were in that ending that we got that looked like the quote-unquote true ending that you need all the other endings for? There was paranoid, skeptic, stubborn, cold, the contrarian. I'm looking too far into this. Narrator is gaslighting us. The smitten, right. The smitten. This game is a trip and a half so far. Let's assume I'm telling the truth and all of this really did actually happen. Why should I listen to you? Why should I bother doing anything? Again, I want to know what the hell the skeptic has to say about this.
Those are two very different questions, but fine. I'll indulge you if that's what it takes to get you moving. Let's say for a moment that this really is the second time you've met me, or at least a version of me. If you're back here, I'm assuming you died, which probably only happened because you didn't listen to me. The absolute irony. Well, that's one way to put it, I guess. You really don't remember what happened last time, do you? You practically forced the princess to kill us. That doesn't sound like the sort of thing I'd do, which is honestly all the more reason for you to not buy into whatever self-delusions the three of you are crafting.
Three?
But this is a thought experiment, so I suppose I'll continue to give you the benefit of the doubt. If I did practically force the princess to kill you, it was probably for a good reason. Did you try and free her? Did you say something really mean to me? Because if I really did what you said I did, you probably deserved it. I'm a professional, after all. Sure you are. Anyway, I believe your second question was, what's the point of doing anything? If you're asking that, it sounds to me like you're making the rather dangerous assumption that your actions last time around didn't have any consequences. What do you mean? Of course there weren't any consequences. You forced the princess to kill us and now everyone's right back where they started. That sounds pretty consequence-free to me. Yes, but in this purely hypothetical scenario, that begs the question of how you got back here. Did time simply rewind itself, or were you instead transported to a different world entirely? If it's the latter, what do you think happened after you died? Do you think the people there lived happily ever after? Or do you think that the princess, left unhindered, brought about the end to everyone and everything, just like I told you she would? What a conveniently ambiguous group of things for her to ruin. For all we know, the princess left the cabin and never saw another soul. Oh, how I wish that were the case, but if the princess weren't a certain, inevitable threat to the world, the four of us wouldn't be here. And yet, here we are. You're talking in circles.
Stop that, narrator. Stop acknowledging me as not the skeptic or the hero. It's not the narrator that's the only one that does this, is he? I think it is. I hate the smitten. The smitten was pretty annoying for the 2 lines I got to experience of him. Never trust the British. I know I don't.
about it.
Only reason she was even able to kill me last time was because I let her, and all she did was slit my throat. How is she supposed to end the world? Who locked her in that basement, and what is this place? Let's go with this one.
She just can. Believe me, I wish I could tell you more, but you'll just have to trust that what I'm saying is true, and that, despite it all, you're fully up to the task that's been given to you.
Mm-hmm.
You haven't given us an ounce of proof. You do know that, right? What proof could you possibly ask for?
Are you kidding?
Literally anything. Fine. Check your pockets.
What? Leave your pockets unchecked. Sure, what's in my pocket?
You put your hands in your pockets and pull out an envelope with the words, "The Evidence," written across the front.
This is so weak.
Within, you find a note in your handwriting. It reads, "The princess will end the world if you don't stop her. This is an immutable truth." That doesn't prove anything. How do we know you didn't just forge our handwriting? I wish I could tell you more, but there are some rules I have to follow for all our sakes. Please just trust that these rules are in place for a reason. I'm on your side. You mean you're on our side as long as we do what you tell us to? Exactly. Because you not doing what I tell you to do means you're putting the world at risk. I think we've got everything out of him we're gonna get.
Okay. Just trust the system. Good enough for me. That was the weakest thing. Can he just do that? I should have just left my pockets unchecked, dude. Some good evidence.
People locked her in that basement, and I told you what this place is. It's a path in the woods. Don't overcomplicate things.
People locked her away. Why couldn't they have slain her? You're being cagey. What are you not telling? Is this going to be exactly the same?
Look, I'm not supposed to say this, but it's because you're special. You're the only person capable of doing this. Call it a prophecy, if that helps, but it's just the way things are. Oh, I didn't know we were special. Of course you're special. Why else would you be here? Yes, right. We're here because we're special. Look, you're annoyed that you're here. I get it. I'm also annoyed that I'm here. But we're all in this together, and we're dealing with a bit of a ticking clock right now, so please just get to the cabin.
What kind of special? Not the good kind. Considering we ruined everything once.
I've told you everything you need to know. Going into more detail would just overcomplicate an otherwise very simple situation and make your job more difficult. Not to sound like a broken record, but the less you know about her, the better things will go for all of us. I know it sounds like I'm hiding something, but you're just going to have to trust me here. Great. Now, if you don't mind, the whole world is waiting with bated breath for you to save it from ruin. A warning before you go any further. She will lie, she will cheat, and she will do everything in her power to stop you from slaying her. Don't believe a word she says. Yes, don't believe a word she says. Just go in, take the knife, and do what you're supposed to. Wink. Did you just say wink out loud? No, I didn't. Wink. Just ignore this clown and focus on the princess.
Dude, this game has me too afraid to, like, hit the skip button. Because I feel like I'm gonna end up experiencing stuff that I already... Or skipping over things that I already have. Or... Sorry, skipping over things that are new. It's a very similar feeling to what I felt with like Blaze Blue because of the whole time shenanigans and different routes. And then I think there was one other game that also did that. Oh yeah, Kingdom Hearts 3 with the whole Remind DLC and how it redoes the ending of the game. Proceed to the cabin. Always come back to Kingdom Hearts, let me tell you, every time.
The interior of the cabin is less a cozy woodland retreat and more like a dungeon. A few pathetic wisps of starlight attempt to illuminate the cold, uninviting stone walls, and thick, wrought iron bars barricade the windows, reminding anyone who enters that this is a prison. The only furniture of note is an iron table, bolted to the floor, a pristine blade perched on its edge. The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right.
You didn't say anything about the mirror. This whole cabin is different than last time. Kind of looks like the door to darkness. I hate this.
He definitely did not. Does the mirror not count as furniture of note to you? Because it should. There isn't a mirror. There's a table, the blade sitting on the table, and the door to the basement. There's nothing else in here. There's definitely a mirror. There isn't. I think you know what we have to do.
Why would you lie about that? What's the point?
Exactly.
Why would you lie about that?
Why would I lie about something so meaningless? What good would a mirror even do? Let you waste time preening yourself instead of doing what needs to be done.
Or like the door to Steven's basement. The thing that I still can't have. Except Steven has a drag queen trapped down there. What the heck? In Steven's basement is a PlayStation 2 that only runs Kingdom Hearts 24/7. Do I still have... I should still have my copy of... No, I never had it, actually. No, I do. Hold on. What are my PS2 games? PS1, PS2 games. I have Final Fantasy 12, not 13. RPG Maker, Sonic Riders. Yeah, Unlimited Saga, and Kingdom Hearts 1. I know that I also have... Samurai Legend Musashi, and... I have Samurai Legend Musashi, Dot Hack GU, and... What was the last PlayStation 2 game I had? Oh, I have Kingdom Hearts 2 as well, but I don't have the case for it. I should play one of those at some point. Maybe I'll play like Dot Hack GU or something. Really can't have basements in Florida? Yeah, you can't. I don't remember exactly what the reasoning was. I think it had something to do with the water level as to why you couldn't have a basement in Florida. Like, it's just structurally not a thing that can happen. Wonder who ruined it for everyone. I don't think a person did it. God? Whoever shaped the earth. That's who. Blame them. You have the best PS2 platformer, iNinja. Who? This whole cabin is different than last time.
Very different. Yes, but why? Did he change it? Or did it change all on its own? Maybe it's a different cabin entirely. Now isn't that a novel thought? Maybe you haven't actually been here before. I hope this means you'll finally drop your ridiculous past life nonsense. You haven't died, and you certainly haven't been killed by the princess. So focus up. Don't get distracted by minor details.
I'm gonna get next to the mirror again.
You walk up to the wall next to the basement door. It's a wall. There isn't much to see here. This really isn't funny.
Wipe the mirror.
You reach forward and rub your hand against the cabin wall. I hope you know how ridiculous you look right now. But it was
One
the
of these
second
times something's gonna
It's
happen.
gone. If he doesn't want us to know about it, it must be important. We should keep our eyes peeled. Maybe it'll be back.
I feel like this is the kind of game that would have like a clickable environment outside of the dialogue options, but I don't know. Don't tell me if that is or is not a thing. Do not say anything. Cut your nail. What are you, my mother? I'm not picking up the blade. I'm just walking
I'm
in.
going to insist we take the blade. We're in a dangerous situation, and I'm not letting us go down there without a weapon.
Are you sure? She killed us with it last time. What if she turns it against us again?
It's not like she
Yes,
wanted to
I'm
last
sure,
time.
and I've already got a plan for that.
Still with those past life delusions, are we? I hope part of that plan is don't give the world any monstrosity your only weapon, because unless you've decided to arm the princess, I don't think you need to worry about her having a weapon.
Peachy, we'll be fine.
Okay. I'm trusting you.
Hey, don't I get a say here? What's the big idea? Take the blade. Illusion of choice.
Normally, yeah, but not about this. Call it a reflex. We take the knife as we go.
Wonderful. You do exactly that, sweeping the knife from the table before proceeding to the basement. Don't
Okay.
worry about it. We have a knife, so what? It's not like we have to use it. No, you don't have to do anything, but you do well to use it regardless. Moving on.
Okay, so yeah, the player does get acknowledged by
Door to the
others
basement
than just the
creaks open,
narrator. Good to know.
Revealing an old stone staircase. A few sputtering torches attempt to vaguely illuminate your path, dancing across glimmering patches of slimy moss on the stone steps. If the princess lives here, slaying her would probably be doing her a favor. Her voice, harsh but controlled, carries up the stairs.
Is that a visitor I hear? Please, come downstairs. It's been a while since I've had company.
Does she remember us? You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. She looks up at you, the
You are
heavy collar
chained
around her
more.
neck clanking loudly as she moves. The chains binding both her wrists to the far wall, joining the metallic chorus as she adjusts her hands in her lap. So much for cutting her out of here. Do you hear yourself right now? Cutting her out of here never should have been on the table. Have you noticed the empty chain on the wall? Odd that in a place where everything seems to serve a distinct purpose, there would be something so obviously useless. That was there last time too, wasn't it?
Not with this.
What an interesting development. Why don't you have a seat? The two of us should chat before you bury that thing in my heart.
Your heart was not what I was aiming for. Not sure I need to do much of anything. Do you see how locked up she is? I'm just going to leave her here. What if you live on a hill? Can you have a basement? I'm not sure. I don't actually know. Can I just, like, chain myself up with her? Not for any particular reason. I just want to know. Well, like, don't answer that question. Don't answer any questions that I have about this game, ever. I want that to be established. Sit with her.
You step towards the princess, but she stops you before you get too close, holding up one shackled hand.
There's fine. I'd prefer we keep some distance until we've sorted this out.
Why?
That's reasonable. We do have a weapon. Might as well put her at ease.
I want to sit closer. I'm about to get this smitten for real, and I'm gonna be real pissed off if that happens, dude. You know what? No, she wants me to be distant. I'll be distant.
You do as she asks and sit on the floor, still a good distance away from her.
Thank you. Now, what are your intentions for me?
To not kill you. My intentions, what do you mean? I've been here before and I'm the only one who remembers. Am I the only one who remembers that? What happened after I died last time? That other chain on the wall, who was it for? What would you have me do? Intentions, what do you mean?
Yes, your intentions. You have a knife. What are you going to do with it? Why are you here? There isn't a keyhole in these shackles, so I'm afraid my only way out is surgical removal.
Damn.
Is she forgetting about the shackle on her neck?
Or does she think she'd survive a beheading?
You're right. Maybe she's delusional. All the more reason not to trust her.
Unless she really could survive.
Though I suppose you could just be here to kill me. But I don't think that's in either of our best interests.
Been here before, I'm the only one who remembers that.
Oh? Are we acknowledging that? I thought we weren't going to give away the game. But yeah, I remember.
Screw you, dude.
I guess what you said back in the woods really was true. As much as I would like to remain in denial, it's no use. This has complicated things.
It's complicated things how, exactly?
Ideally, this was supposed to be one and done. You go to the cabin, you heroically slay the princess, and in the process you save the entire world from being damned to oblivion. The situation right now, where you're getting a second shot at things, is a contingency.
A contingency for what?
For you failing, obviously. And you being here means that things are going to be a lot harder than they were. I really shouldn't say anything else, I'm just going to make it worse. Just good luck.
Right.
Now, hold on, if you knew this could happen, why didn't you believe us back in the woods? Why lay out all those hypotheticals? We didn't have to talk in circles.
I needed you to believe this was your first time here, even if that wasn't the truth. I hoped if I pushed back hard enough I could cram this seeping mess back into the bottle. And maybe I wanted to be the first version of me that you met. I didn't want to be confronted by the alternative.
That's pathetic.
What is it?
Never said I wasn't. I get it. It would be pretty upsetting, wouldn't it? To know that you might not be the first version of yourself. At least we can remember what happened before. Seems like we should count ourselves lucky for that. Exactly, he gets it. You're lucky, so don't waste that luck by messing it up again. Alright?
Moving on. Why is it important for us to be ignorant? How is it ever helpful to be in the dark?
The more I say, the more your mind will swim into dangerous waters. Even saying that is too much.
Hang on a minute. What's up, Munch and Lex? Visual novel stream, movie day, let's go? Yeah, let's go. Totally isn't giving me an existential crisis. If I get another alt art Ash opening branded packs, what will you do? Oh, you guys are talking about Yu-Gi-Oh! Again. We're continuing.
Your success hinges on you having imperfect information. For the sake of the entire world, you need to accept that.
I won't.
Fine, but you won't get another word from me on the matter.
Yeah, sure. We'll see about that.
Just give it a rest, this isn't helping.
Focus.
This is a serious situation. You shouldn't be daydreaming.
Did she hear the voices too? I don't think so. Well, maybe? I don't know if that was cover. Like, she let that entire conversation play out before she said something. Which makes me think that she knows what's going on, but doesn't want to acknowledge it, like the narrator had said. But at the same time, it could just be that she just watched us, like, have an internal monologue between 3 different people for an extended period of time and then said, hey, snap out of it. There's no end to Yu-Gi-Oh! Once you are in, you can never get out. I will be under your bed with a copy of Utopia and your power supply. This dude. StrongmanSteven, I now have 2 Royal Rare Alt Ash Blossoms because the game really likes me. Yeah, I saw. What happened after I died last time? How am I supposed to cut you out? What happened after I died last time?
Nothing happened. You died. I went upstairs. I couldn't leave. I found myself in a new place in chains again. More of them. And now you're back.
That's it?
Is that really all she knows?
It's not like we have much of a clue about how things work. And she's probably even more in the dark than we are.
You're looking at me like I might be hiding something. I'm not.
I believe that.
I guess it's possible she really doesn't know anything. Maybe both of us are stuck in this loop without any idea why or how.
How am I supposed to cut you out if you didn't notice your head is in the shackle?
No. Like I trust you to come any closer with that knife. All you're going to do is hand it to me and watch me work.
I'm sorry?
But she would have to cut her head off, right? She can't be suggesting that.
She certainly seems confident. Maybe she knows something we don't.
Or maybe you should consider the most likely scenario. She's bluffing so she can disarm you.
Though if she isn't bluffing, whatever she has planned might be for her benefit alone. There's no guarantee that what's good for her is good for us.
So, what should we do?
I don't know. I'm just spelling out our options, listing the pros and cons.
Then let me help you. I'll start with the cons. If you're handing her your weapon, the cons are that she might use it to escape and end the entire world. And she might use it to kill you. That doesn't sound great. What about the pros? There are none.
The pros are that we can't trust him, possibly even more than we can't trust her. And whatever she has planned could do something to mess with what he has planned. Or maybe they're both screwing us over in their own ways.
Huh. That other chain on the wall, who is it for?
I don't know, but you could always try it on.
Sure.
Maybe it'll fit.
I hope I don't actually have to say this, but please don't lock yourself in chains. We need you ambulatory if you're going to save the world.
Inspect the shackle. Oh no. I can cut you out of here. I'm not giving you a weapon. Okay, I'm trusting you. Give her the knife. I'm debating just trusting her, right? I mean, like, why not? I'm trusting you. Here's a knife.
Slide it over.
No, absolutely not. I am not letting you hand your only weapon over to the world-ending princess. Until you come up with any other idea, like, say, I don't know, doing your job and slaying her, you remain rigidly in place.
You tried this last time. Do you want to know how it went for you?
I
Man,
remember she killed us, which, by your estimation, ended the world, right?
You've already tried to take over, buddy. Exactly. If I were you, I wouldn't be too keen on repeating your mistake. Hell, we could even force your hand and do it ourselves. I'm not afraid of dying again. Are you?
A little. I think you got your point across. Fine. You slide the blade across the floor.
so this is only now occurring to me. When they say she ends the world, are they really talking about the world? Like there aren't any consequences? Instead, do they mean she ends the game? If she gets out? Don't answer these questions. But it would make a lot of sense to me if she gets free and then the game just ends and then restarts. The reason that I think about this is because speaking to the otherworldly entity at the end of the game, at the end of time, end of, I guess, reality. What's up, Diamond Yuo, by the way? Forgive me for not acknowledging you a second ago. But the thing that makes me think about this is because that entity at the end of reality, she said basically that what is the end of something but a new beginning, or something along those lines, right? So every time you release her and then end the game, end that streak, it seems like it would just go back and then you'd redo everything again. If that's what happened here with the chapter 1 to chapter 2 thing. You released her and then you died, and now we're back here again. Everything starts anew, but slightly different. I might be reading too much into that, but we'll see. Deleted Master Duel on all platforms, and I'm free now. You can be free too. Join me. Honestly, I should. Alright, so what are you gonna do here?
The princess
You got the
maintains
dagger.
unsettling eye contact as she reaches down to pick it up.
Thanks.
She pulls up her hair, smiling slightly as she raises the blade to her throat. What is she doing?
You're kidding.
She doesn't say another word as she cuts into her own neck.
No.
I want to look away, but I won't.
Her eyes stare forward, unblinking, as she saws through skin, veins, cartilage. At last she reaches bone, the blade grinding audibly against her vertebra as it continues to slice its way through her neck.
I'll be damned. She's actually doing your job for you. Why would she do that?
Huh. So that's her play.
Killing herself?
She isn't dead yet.
Finally, you hear a snap. Her eye twitches. There's an uneasy silence. She remains motionless for a long moment, her twitching eye the only movement in the room, until at last it stops in an unsettling half-wink. Her head twists slowly to the side, flopping to her shoulder, and her neck opens. The remaining tissue is not enough to hold the weight of her severed head. It stretches and tears until finally it falls to the floor, completely free. It bounces a few times before rolling to a stop at your feet.
Oh no, oh no, oh no, what did we do? Can we put it back? Please, can we can put it back?
Can we put it back? Can we put it back, he says. Okay, dude.
The princess's eyes stare up at you, dead.
Congratulations, you saved the world.
The actual hell is this game? Good question. This isn't what I meant by getting head. I said that I like Dullahans, but this is ridiculous.
I hate this. Can we
Get out of here now, please.
Wonder if she's dead, though. She couldn't have been, right? She can't be dead right now because she wouldn't have done that if she would have died, right?
Of course, the princess is slain and the world is saved. Whenever you're ready, you can proceed to your reward.
Mm-hmm.
We should take her with us, don't you think?
That's weird. What?
No, you shouldn't do that. Why would you do that?
I can think of lots of reasons. A trophy, proof of our victory. Hell, we could even give her a proper burial. She did save the world, right?
Ha.
You don't need proof, you don't need a trophy, and she doesn't deserve a burial. Just leave.
Even after all that, you're still not satisfied, are you? Something is still motivating you to keep things the way you want them.
I'm just eager to put this all behind us and give you your reward. Stop reading into things, the danger has passed. You can relax.
I don't like this. I really don't. What's up, Trashy? StrongmanSteven trying to not downplay a character. Impossible. Is that a dirty cacti in your profile picture? Dirty, no. Cacti, yes. Eat the corpse, I guess. Not the plan. The narrator isn't lying, she can only be killed by you, right? Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I feel like we're gonna take her head out of the building. Like, I feel like this was her whole plan. Is cut her own head off, act like she's dead, pick the head up, and then we leave with it, and then she wins, somehow. All those dirty cacti do is hoard the water, if you say so.
I'm just keeping myself sharp. I'm not so eager to put my guard down.
You're gonna tell me...
I'm on team, let's put this all behind us, so can we leave already?
Are you gonna take the princess with you, leave the basement, and claim your reward? Am I messed up that I want to bring the head with me? Am I crazy? Like, am I a crazy person? Yes. Do it. Honestly, it's a 50-50. I'm gonna bring the head with me. I just... It'd be cool if she came alive. I'm almost positive that's what's gonna happen. What do you want to do with the head, Steven? Nothing. I want to see what happens, I guess. I don't know. Take the princess with me.
Ugh, fine. You pick up the princess's severed head, its neck stump still oozing bodily fluids. Then make your way back upstairs to the first floor of the cabin.
Don't start talking to me, please.
I could have sworn she moved.
Yep.
She didn't. She's dead. But what if she's not? Are you listening to yourself? Do I need to explain to you why decapitation is lethal? The door to your bountiful reward is right in front of you. All you have to do is open it.
Can't we, like, hold her head in a little bit more of a respectful manner rather than just by her hair? Whatever. She ain't dead, she's too bad.
You open the cabin door, ready to return to a world saved from certain doom. Only, a world saved from certain doom isn't what you find. Instead, what you find is... Wait, no, that's not right.
Well played.
This is the end of the world, isn't it? I always thought I'd at least have time to explain myself before I had to watch it happen. It's already...
Oh, no. He's gone again.
Over? Is he gone?
But we're still here. Maybe it wasn't the end of the world after all. Maybe it was just the end of his.
Thanks for carrying me up here. I had to take it on faith that you would know what to do. I'm glad I was right to trust you.
Yeah.
So, this is the outside. Maybe it's just my lack of body, but it's colder than I expected.
Are you gonna... Yeah, the hands again. But you do not get the chance to respond, nor will you ever. It's time to leave. Memory returns.
She's gone. Where does she go? Should we try and find her? Oh, there's that mirror again. Why is it here? Why now?
Of course you're scared. This is the end for you, but it's not the end for me. Is that me responding to the hero?
What is that supposed to mean? Whatever awful thing I felt before, it feels so much worse now.
No, that can't be right. There has to be something more.
Approach the mirror, I guess. You approach the mirror. Putting your hand in the neck hole like a puppet? That's not... Yeah. I can fix her, quotes Steven. Yeah, you right. Honestly. Damn, so did she, like, destroy the world? Seems so. I might have been right with my hypothesis during the slide where we just during the CG where we slid her the dagger. That's what I'm thinking is happening right now. Gaze into your reflection. Silence as you reach forward. They're gone once again. The mirror always makes them leave, but you need to see what's in it. You've grown. You find yourself in the long quiet once again. Proceed to the cabin. You are at the cabin.
Flickering lights and empty cityscapes become pockets of vitality and movement. I am more than I was before. Whenever you are ready, I will wipe your slate clean once again.
This game is definitely screwing with me, man. This link is gonna be Pinocchio spoilers for you HSR players? What? Like the link Strange No Balls? What are you talking about? What is this link? You the same being as you were before, how much have you changed? What does it feel like to change like this? When this is all done, do you know what you want to do? You know that at the end of this, once you're finished, I'm going to kill you, right? Hmm? You the same being as you were before.
Is a child the same as an infant? I am an unbroken pattern, but every vessel gives fresh perspectives and carves new avenues of expression. I am different, but I am the same.
Everything you say feels like a riddle. Can you give me a single straight answer? I feel like I understand what she meant by that. She's basically the same person, but with new experiences. Does it feel like to change like this?
Eyes close in reflection. Perspectives meld together, and the breadth of my experience stretches to new corners. There are contradictions, conflicts in my nature, and there are familiarities that bind everything together. It feels correct. This is what I need to be. This is the only path forward.
That one I'm not understanding very well. This again, they're holding her head this time. They are. This is all done. Do you know what you want to do? Everything you say feels like a riddle.
I'm sorry. Words are difficult for me. They never fully weave what I wish to say. If you do not like my answers, then you need not ask me questions. The vessels you choose to bring me carry far more meaning than anything words could say in the spaces between.
Why am I bringing you vessels, though? What's the point of it all? This just seems like a cruel torture to that which is the princess. Go in tasked to kill her, but then save her. And even if she is saved, then she is forced to come back here and... The hero. The hero is even... I'm still dissociating everything and saying that this is a conversation between, like, or thinking that this is a conversation between the hero and this entity. It's not. This is a conversation between me and this entity. The same perspectives that I'm getting through the eyes of the hero and his other selves, I guess you could call, as the skeptic, as the paranoid, the stubborn, any of those. That's the same kind of torture or the same kind of perspectives that this entity would be getting through the princess. Now I see why we are one and the same. Which... That's what she was talking about with the loose concept. Damn. This game's freaking me out a little bit. Not in the way that I expected. Just near the end of the game. This is an ending to the game. But the endings are related. I already missed the narrator. He'll be back, don't worry. Click one already? Oh my god. You might finish this game in one stream. Maybe. There isn't very much time, but either way, I think I aim to get more than just the 2 endings here. 3, possibly. This is all done. Do you know what you want to do?
With every gift you bring me, I excavate the alleys of what I am meant to be, and every exploration yields new and complicated truths. What I will be is different than what I am, and what I am is different from what I was. I cannot tell you what desires I will hold when I have changed. But in this moment, all I want is to know myself and to know you.
Beginning of this game, it said that this was a love story. What is the intended feeling that the player is supposed to have? You know that at the end of this, once you're finished, I'm going to kill you, right? I'm not gonna say that. When I go back, if it's an invisible wall... When I go back, it's as if an invisible wall closes around me. Why can I not do the same things I've done before? You've been kinder to me than anyone else I've met. Thank you. Why?
Those paths lead to worlds you've already seen, and to perspectives I have already made my own. They are useless to us now, inaccessible. The only paths of value are those that are yet untread.
You've been kinder to me than anyone else I've met. Why?
Why wouldn't I be kind to you? You are the only thing I know that isn't me.
I know what I want to do. I want to rebuild Utopia. I want more anime shenanigans and a Zexel and Trust retrain. I want to upset Munchenlax. I want him to feel as sad as he was during Nocturne. Quote, stubborn man Steven. True! What do you want me to bring you next time? I feel like that doesn't matter, because it's just whatever is new. That one, the answer to this would just be anything that is a new perspective. Do you have any thoughts on this vessel?
This one is cold and cynical. She has protected herself when others could not. She will make for a clever heart. Do not mourn her. She doesn't need to be protected any longer.
I'm still trying to process that. So... what was the deal with the previous princess? Either way, let's continue. I don't want to hurt you, but the more times I go back, the worse I fear things will be.
The vessels are shaped by memories of you, but their impulses are drawn to the edge of the long quiet. To them, you are a gate to something more, and any hurt you've caused them is understood as a fair price for freedom. But they are only thoughts and perspectives. They are not me. The wounds they've suffered carve texture around my heart. Without them, I would be as I was before. I would be alone and without sensation. I could not feel the joy of having you by my side, for I would not know your absence.
When he sees an actual good deck, honestly, this chick is kind of cringe. Where the shotgun? Well, she's not the one to kill. She's a different entity. My god. The point that she's getting at is that she is an otherworldly entity that is based off of like a loose concept, but she can only feel emotion or anything through the vessels and experiences that are the princess, as the player does through the hero. How many more vessels do I need to bring in?
If I am to be an ocean, you have nurtured me into a pond. My waters are shallow and murky, and I yearn for more perspective. You will have your rest in due time, and I am sorry for the burdens I place on you.
So what you're saying is we can box in real life? What? What are you talking about? Oh, that's actually brilliant. If the people in the perspective realm... The people in the respective realms see the princess as the entity, but they are only gateways to the entity. That's possible, but I doubt that's the case. That can't be the case, in fact, because the narrator can't see the mirror. The mirror is only acknowledged by the hero and the player. The hero, the player, and the hero's perspectives, like the skeptic. All of them know that they're going to fade once the player actually interacts with said mirror. I think the only people that know that this is the ultimate conclusion of every interaction are possibly the princess and herself leading to this, and the player and himself leading to this. But that could be wrong? I'm not sure. I don't know if the princess would know that this is going to happen. But the player's perspectives are who they are getting... Players' perspectives are who they are getting to kill the princess. Yeah. Wait, maybe I read something wrong with what you said. It's actually brilliant if the people in the perspective realms see the princesses as the entity, but they are only gateways to the entity. Oh, you mean like, if the... Yeah, no, if they perceive this entity as the thing that ends the world? No, because that still wouldn't be correct. The thing that is ending the world is still the princess herself. Her being released is still ending the entirety of the reality that they're in, so that these people, us two, can meet. Honestly, I'm ready to go back.
I will long for your return, but it will give me time to reflect on what I am. We will meet again.
Everything goes dark, and you die. Attack? What's
You're
wrong
on a
with you?
path in the woods.
This is the same. Being a princess doesn't seem kind of bad, though, doesn't it? I never actually explored any of these. I'm wondering, wait, the narrator has information that the player doesn't, right? And that's why they tell you to do what you're doing. But maybe they do know about the otherworldly entity, but why would they not just tell you? I guess because that would ruin the weight of it? I have no idea. That just requires more playtime. Dog, listen here. Are you a cog in the system or a loose spring? Loose springs get discarded. Cogs do their job. The job was to kill the princess. Well then, you know what? Throw me in the trash bin. For I shall not be a cog in the machine. End of the world, what are you talking about?
The end of everything as we know it. No more birds, no more trees, and perhaps most problematically of all, no more people. You have to put an end to her.
How can a princess locked away in a basement end the world?
Don't linger on the specifics. You have a job to do here. Just get in there and do what needs to be done. We're all counting on you.
Do you have any evidence to back this up?
Look, you're already on the path that leads to the cabin. Why would you be here if it weren't to complete a very important task? You've made it this far, you might as well reach the end of your journey.
Consider that maybe the only reason she's going to end the world is because she's locked up.
While I appreciate the mental exercise, we are running up against a bit of a ticking clock. Nevertheless, let me assure you, the princess is locked up because she's dangerous. She is not dangerous because she's locked up. And before you decide to waste even more of our time by asking how I know that, let me suggest a more pragmatic lens through which to view this situation. Causality doesn't matter here, because the end result is the same no matter what led us up to this point. If the princess leaves the cabin, the world will end, and there is no changing that. It's no use arguing semantics over a metaphorical chicken or egg, because the egg is hatched and it's about to ruin everything. Unless, of course, you do your job and slay her.
If I kill her, that kills the otherworldly entity. Because here's my thought about this right now. Taking the princess out of that cabin, as long as she exists as herself, her perspective is input to that entity, whatever it may be. But if the player themselves were to kill them, I'm thinking one of two things would happen. One, the possibility of any perspective getting to that otherworldly entity just doesn't happen. Or two, the concept of death finally gets imprinted on that entity, and they should cease to exist. I ain't gonna question anything, boss. Just give me a sword and it's done. What's wrong with you, man? Think for yourself. Wake up, sheeple. Solidly like choice 4. Why would the otherworldly entity die, especially now that she's gotten 2 vessels? Because none of those vessels have been ones in which they have died. It's if you've ever played BlazBlue, sorry to bring it back to BlazBlue like I do Kingdom Hearts. So there's this one scene in BlazBlue that I thought was pretty stupid in the way that it was executed, but thinking back on it, the concept is interesting enough. Jin has the power of order gifted to him by the Amaterasu unit, basically the god of their world. He is, in the Amaterasu unit's eyes, the hero, so to speak, but he can still make his own decisions. So there's a weapon that was made to kill immortal beings. And the way that it does so is by imprinting the concept of death in their mind. Apparently immortals aren't usually thinking about that or something. I don't know what the hell it is. But Jin gets stabbed by this same weapon, and because of specifically the power of order, he cannot perceive himself dying. I guess he can still be killed by a normal means of someone else that is in the world. But he himself, from his own perspective, he cannot envision himself dying. No matter what. Don't ask me why or how. I really don't get it. This might be one of those things of BlazBlue that doesn't exactly fit the logic of the rest of its own world, but I'm not gonna think about it that hard. The point being, if that entity, being a loose concept, does not have enough of an understanding of reality, they don't have a concept of life until they get a perspective like the one from the princess. They cannot have the concept of death. But in killing the princess, they would finally understand what that is. And their response might be just nothingness. They can't exist anymore. They essentially die. The player would still get to live on, because the player, as they are, they're experiencing the game, but they would know that they are killing the otherworldly entity. Really in the camp that the only way to kill it is on the mirror side. Maybe. Thinking too hard, the choice is clear. It ain't. Some great BB lore, yeah. Just a cog, and cogs have a function. My function is getting rid of the princess, and if you're necessary for that, I won't give up until you agree. Yeah, but Jin is straight up crazy 90% of the time. If you kill her, the entity doesn't give the vessel and doesn't learn about death. Maybe? Maybe you're right. And I guess the world wouldn't end. You're probably right about that. That must be why it says the world wouldn't end if I were to... Oh. Why do I have to go in to... You know what? I think I'm gonna just turn tail and walk away from the cabin this time. Killing a princess doesn't seem like a... Doesn't that seem like a bad thing?
Does it? Are you a monarchist? Is slaying a princess that much worse than slaying a fisherman or a miller or a seamstress? If anything, slaying a princess is much better than slaying a seamstress. Seamstresses contribute something of value to society.
Alright. And princesses don't. They probably did at the time.
Oh, if only that were the case. But I don't make the rules.
No one else can...
I have to say, I'm surprised at your reluctance thus far. But unfortunately for the both of us, you're the only one who can pull this off.
Uh-huh.
Like I said, I don't make the rules, no matter how much I wish I did.
Forget it, I'm not doing this. Have you considered that maybe I'm okay with the world ending? Forget it, I'm not doing this.
Are you serious? No, you have to do it.
Consider I'm okay with the world ending.
Of course I haven't. Why would I even consider that? Nobody wants the world to end. I mean, maybe some people do, like nihilists, or very, very evil people, but surely you're not one of those, right?
Looks like someone didn't play Danganronpa 2. Call me Nagito Komaeda. Depends. This dude. Do I get some sort of reward for doing this?
Yes, but you'll have to slay her before you get it.
I mean, I might be a nihilist. What the heck, man? Can you tell me what my prize is going to be for doing a good job?
It's a secret, but I think you'll like it. It's a special reward, just for you. And whatever you think it might be, I can promise you is going to be even better than your wildest imagination.
Look, I'll go to the cabin and I'll talk to her, and if she's bad as you might say, then she... And if she's as bad as you say she is, then maybe I'll slay her, but I'm not committing to anything until I've had the chance to meet her face to face. Turn it around.
Seriously? You're just going to turn around and leave? Do you even know where you're going?
Nope. Okay, fine, you're persistent. I'll go to the cabin. Okay, fine, I'll go to the cabin and I'll talk to the princess. Maybe I'll slay her, maybe I won't. Guess we'll see. Only thing that matters is where I'm not going. The cabin. I'm not going to the cabin. Like I said, I'm pretty okay with the world ending. I relish the coming of a new dawn behind our own. What the hell? Nope.
Fine. I suppose you just quietly continue down the path away from the cabin. Good. What we're being asked to do here is wrong. Better to wash our hands of this whole situation than to take part in it. Ignore that annoying little voice. He doesn't know what he's talking about.
Why are you talking to me? Stop that. Talk to the hero.
That's strange.
What the?
It looks like this path also leads to the cabin. How convenient. Everything's back on track again. Maybe the world can still be saved after all.
Illusion of choice. That's crazy. Okay, dude. I love the idea that he can't understand that it's possible the same reason you're choosing to stop the end of the world would be the reason you'd be okay with it ending. That is... Damn. I didn't piece that one together, but that's nice. That's a good way to look at it. Or an interesting way to look at it. How would you know I can be nihilistic? A nihilistic cog. That what? Sound like one of the actual disciples of despair, or whatever the hell they were called from Danganronpa. One of the class of 72 students that... Wait, no, hang on. Maybe... Was it 72? I don't remember how many it was. Either way, I was about to let loose a spoiler for Danganronpa 2. Don't worry about it. We get crap. I thought you were doing this for free. So did I. Illusion of choice. Okay, I'm going into the cabin. Turn around again and leave again.
Really keen on wasting everyone's time, aren't you? It's remarkably selfish, if you ask me. I've already outlined the stakes of the situation. If you don't do your job, everyone dies. Like, dies. Forever.
Don't care, didn't ask, also you're a disembodied voice. Is it really spoilers after 10 years? Yes it is. It is still a spoiler for a game just because the gap of time between when it existed initially and then now is large doesn't mean that everybody knows about it and is okay with just finding out. Like, if you were to tell me spoilers for a whole bunch of stuff that I haven't played yet, like, I don't know, frickin'... what's a game? Any Dragon Quest game. And those have been out for a good while. I'd be pretty pissed off, because those are games that I intend to play at some point. Or like Metal Gear. Metal Gear has been out for a long ass time, right? And I know next to nothing about that series. And I'm hoping that nobody tells me anything. And I'm hoping that I don't find anything by accident. Which I shouldn't, because I don't really browse any sort of social media, so, you know. I don't care, I'm not killing a princess. Goodbye, maybe everyone should die. It's what they get for dumping me in the woods and asking me to kill someone for them. You're not emotionally blackmailing me and do this. You're not gonna emotionally blackmail me.
Stakes and consequences aren't emotional blackmail. They're facts of life, and if you had an ounce of maturity, you'd understand that.
Screw you,
Fine.
dude. Okay.
Turn around and trek back down the path you came. Oh, would you look at that? You're at the cabin again. Now, I'm not normally one for superstition or astrology, but I have to say, it seems like the universe itself is doing its best to bring you to your fated confrontation with the princess.
This dude. Showed you could be 3 whole Primo Gems. I can finally get gaming from Genshin. There's no fighting this, is there? I have to go into the cabin, don't I? Fine. Oh yeah, well I guess I start walking in a different direction again. In fact, I'm going to just keep trekking through the wilderness until I find a way out of this place.
There's always a choice. Let me tell you right now that you're making the wrong one for pretty much everyone who's ever lived, as well as for everyone who ever will. And here we go. As you trudge into the woods, something strange starts to happen. At first, it's little flickers out of the corner of your eyes. Glimpses of familiar wooden structures through the leaves. But as you focus on your surroundings, you start to realize that those flickers weren't just a trick of light.
Okay, alright.
In every direction, there is a path and a cabin. And not just a cabin, the cabin. An infinite fractal of paths and cabins desperately trying to draw you back to where you need to be.
Wait, what's going on?
But you're too stubborn for that, aren't you? It doesn't matter how many paths or cabins appear around you, you're just going to do whatever you can to shirk your responsibility because you care more about irritating me than you do about the fate of the world.
Oh, we lost.
You've doomed us all, you know that, right? But of course you do. Otherwise you wouldn't just wander off into the forest in search of certain death. You lose track of just how long you spend aimlessly tromping through the wilderness. But it's not like any of that time spent lost in the woods really matters, because it isn't long before the world ends and everyone dies.
Mm-hmm. Oh! Okay.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess. You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
Is he repeating himself or am I crazy? He is definitely repeating himself, but that's the point of the game. Hasn't this already happened?
It hasn't. Or if it has, I certainly haven't been a part of it. We've just met for the first time, you and I. If he doesn't remember what happened, then maybe it's best to keep it that way.
Which voice? Stubborn?
I don't know. I think it's more fun if he knows what we're thinking. He's like a captive audience.
Contrarian. Alright. I love this dude.
The world ending wasn't enough to get rid of us. I don't think there's much he can do other than object. I wonder what else we can do to ruin his day.
Damn. Yo, contrarian based.
You mean ruining everyone's day forever? Then yes, I suppose there are plenty of ways you could pull that off. The world really did end last time, didn't it? We should be careful. For all we know, we just got lucky. The world hasn't ended yet, and you are never going to slay her with that attitude. Stuff those pathetic little voices to the back of your mind and stay focused on the task ahead.
This game short or not? I think it's both, in all honesty. Those walls weren't here last time. You can't just force me to go to the cabin. If I can't run away from the cabin, then I'm just staying here in the woods forever. Those walls weren't here last time. What's the deal?
What are you talking about? I'm sure those walls have always been there. It makes sense if you think about it. If there weren't any walls in the woods, someone might have gotten lost. Or, heaven forbid, someone other than you might have stumbled onto the princess.
Mm-hmm. Yep, okay, heading to the cabin now, where I definitely going to slay the princess. Lie. I'm staying here.
You have already committed to my completion. You cannot go further astray.
What? What do you mean? Well, shoot, dude. Yeah, I get it. I'm going to the cabin. Fine.
A warning before you go any further. She will lie, she will cheat, and she will do everything in her power to stop you from slaying her. Don't believe a word she says. If we're stuck going in there, maybe we should believe her. Maybe she isn't a liar. Ignore him. He's just being difficult for the sake of it. Let's keep an open mind.
So, I'm thinking we should stop here. Well, that's a big wall. It sure is. I'm thinking we should stop here for the day and then resume next week, because I actually would like to give this game a lot more time. Depending upon how many different dialogue options there might be. I don't want to see what's in the cabin yet. Save right outside with the walls. What do you guys think? Got about 13 minutes left in the stream, but I don't think that's enough to actually get to an ending reasonably quickly. Does this close the whole game? Sure does. There was a main menu button that I only realized while the game was closing. Speedrun mode, let's go. No, I don't think so. This main menu freaks me out Because this is the kind of game that I would expect to, like, screw with me with this. You know what I mean? Like, with each different ending, something changes about this. Like, maybe she looks at me or something. By the way, this game is something else. Jump scare? No, not jump scare, just like... So you see how in this menu, she's just looking distraught, down at her own hands, she's just messed up, but then you get one ending, and then maybe they do something like add a hand, and then it keeps doing that for every ending that you get, something like that. Something to indicate that you've gotten a specific ending, and then eventually it's just for like her looking straight at you or something. Something like that would be pretty interesting, but... Hey, something's happening. Okay, yeah, like that. You see what I'm talking about? They listening to me, bro. They listening to me. Okay then, I'm all kinds of uncomfortable now. So, I'm gonna look for someone to raid. Stop doing that, please. Stop it, video game. Just stop. Solid, you got exactly what you wanted. I guess so. I can fix her. She kind of bad though, quotes Steve. Nope. Well, I guess I did say something along the lines of I can fix her, because I thought I could, but I guess I can't. Maybe she doesn't need fixing? I don't know. I don't know what to think anymore, man. Game's too much. Sending you guys over to the bat. Why not? So, schedule, right, what's it called? Tomorrow, 10 a.m. EST, Monster Hunter, probably Generations Ultimate. If not that, then probably Rise? Still haven't really seen what I can do about Monster Hunter Frontier. And then Saturday is going to be Guilty Gear Strive, so that you guys can see my hairline recede in real time. For that will happen. Yes, I will get that angry. Oh my god, I hate Guilty Gear so much. Why am I subjecting myself to this again? Oh, please help me. If you guys have anything to say to me, or anyone else who's decided to join, hit up the Discord below the stream. If you click the picture that says Discord, I'm gonna go tear my hair out. And I hope you guys have a good rest of your day, evening, morning, or night. Whatever time might be for you. Thank you for watching, and goodbye.